The Dream Christmas by Chrissy Q Martin. Copyright 2022 by Chrissy Q Martin. Published by Swimmer Girl Books. Audiobook copyright 2024 by Chrissy Q Martin. This book is read for you by the author. Author's note. Please note I am not a trained audio narrator or voice actor. I am reading this for you and putting it up for free for your enjoyment. I may regret having done voices in this audiobook narration for you, but I am going to go with it, and hey, it's free. The only place that you'll be able to find this audiobook of The Dream Christmas by me, Chrissy Q Martin, is here on my YouTube site. So be sure to subscribe in case I put additional ones up. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy this. Merry Christmas. Dedication. For Angela. This one's for you. Keep on dreaming. Chapter 1. What kind of people decorate for Christmas on November 1st? I ask. The moment I walk in my mom's store, I'm transported to a Christmas wonderland. Garlands, wreaths, glittery snowflakes, and shiny ornaments deck every nook, cranny, and surface. Mom strings tinsel along the counter separating customers from the work area. Happy people, that's who, Mom replies. She hums jingle bells as she unwinds shimmery garland. Yesterday, the ice cream shop was decorated for Halloween, and now it's as if magic whisked away the pumpkins and dropped a glitter bomb in the store. It's a living snow globe, complete with ice cream. Whatever happened to Thanksgiving? I gaze at the glittery snowflakes hanging from the ceiling above my head. It's like the poor middle child who only gets one day. Aww. Mom's lips turn down in a frown. It's a fake frown for my benefit, and I roll my eyes. I haven't forgotten my poor little Linnea. Gee, thanks, I say as I pass Mom and slip behind the counter. Nice to know someone remembers me. Thanksgiving is truly a middle child, and I feel for it. I'm the middle child in my family, and sandwiched between two boys. My older brother Walden is a sophomore in college, and my younger brother Caden is a sophomore in high school. I'm a senior and exactly smack in the middle of the boys for age and birthplace. Like a typical middle child, I'm the peacemaker between my brothers. I deposit my school bag in the break room, exchange my school uniform for a pink Scoop It Good t-shirt, and return to the front of the store. Vicky, Mom says to the woman working the cash register, Linnea will take over and you can head home early. I'll still pay you until 4. Thanks, Vicky says to my mom and then smiles at me. I return Vicky's smile and move in front of the register when she steps aside. Vicky has worked for Scoop It Good for over 5 years and manages the store when Mom isn't around. Vicky's a fellow middle child, and we get along well. I put the creepy elf on the shelf, Vicky whispers to me, the shelf with a carton of sprinkles. The elf Vicky mentions isn't the cute one with the mischievous smile people buy to hide around their house every night and place in various activities. Nope. My mom doesn't do the tradition with the cute elf, but rather she does it with some evil twin of a horror movie doll. It's enough to give people nightmares instead of sugar plums dancing in their heads. Thank you. I pat Vicky's arm. That thing creeps me out. Me too. Vicky says, I'll see you next time. Thanks. I help at Mom's ice cream shop a couple days a week from 4 to 6 after school. My favorite task is to help create the small batch ice cream flavors, but quite often Mom has me in the front to prepare orders and work the register. I fill in where needed and blend into the background like an Arctic fox in a snowstorm. Other times, I get stuck in the middle. There's a viral video of a fox diving headfirst into the snow, and that's me. I tend to dive headfirst into a mess and get stuck. What's the plan this year? I ask as Mom tacks the ends of the tinsel around the corner of the counter. Nostalgia, Mom replies with a smile reminiscent of Mrs. Claus. They could be related with how much they both love Christmas. Mom has the largest collection of Santa figurines I've ever seen. Her nativity scene even includes Santa giving a gift to the baby Jesus. Nostalgia? I repeat and glance around the shop. A couple set of customers eat ice cream, but otherwise it's quiet. Not exactly silent because Christmas music plays over the sound system. And Christmas music already? Mom walks behind me and heads to the ice cream freezer display. Would you rather I put my favorite 90s mix back on? Or I can sing my ice cream song to you. Please, no, I say as my eyes widen in horror. Mom picks up a round ice cream scoop. No, please. There are people here, I hiss. I can draw attention to myself when needed, but prefer not to do embarrassing things. Mom doesn't care one bit about embarrassing herself or me. Skip it. Mom swishes her hips side to side and starts her parody version of some Salt and Peppa song from when she was younger. Skip it good. No! I cover my face with my hands. I've seen this more times than I can count, and it doesn't ever get prettier. My mom is a pro in the embarrassment department. In addition to being the queen of Christmas, she's the queen of awkwardness. Ah, scoop it. Mom continues to rap. Her shiny black hair is pulled back in a low ponytail and swishes with her movements. Skip it real good. Christmas music it is, I say with my eyes pinched tight. Mom stops singing and something clatters in front of me. I open my eyes to find a small bowl with a scoop of ice cream. The first winter flavor, Mom announces proudly. She quirks an eyebrow at me and holds out a spoon. Taste it and tell me what you think. My smile grows as I take the spoon. Tasting ice cream is another favorite task. I wish I could do it for a living. I push the spoon through the ice cream. It's a light brown color, which makes me guess chocolate, but it could also be another flavor. Mom likes to try and trick me. White ribbons run through the brown color, and small white objects are interspersed throughout. Fairly simple, I say and look up at Mom. 3 things? 2 with a twist, Mom says. Taste it. I dig the spoon in and rotate it to get a small amount of ice cream on the tip. I place it in my mouth, pull the spoon out, and let the dairy product roll around on my tongue. Mom's right. It's 2 flavors, but one of the flavors is presented in 2 ways. Milk chocolate, I say after I swallow. It's a light chocolate flavor, but very creamy. Mom nods. And marshmallows. I rub my lips together. Toasted marshmallow. Mom nods happily. It's hot chocolate ice cream, and I'm calling it Snow Day. It's a light chocolate base with swirls of marshmallow cream and little bits of toasted marshmallows to add some extra crunch and flavor. Do you like it? I take another bite. I love it, I say. It's perfect. Top it with hot fudge sauce, whipped cream sprinkles, and extra crunchy marshmallow bits, and it'd be a great sundae. Exactly. Mom grins at me. We may not think alike on many things, but we're in tune on ice cream. I know why you named it Snow Day, I say. It's like our family tradition where you make hot cocoa for us on snow days. My family has a chef who prepares most of our meals because Mom is busy with ice cream, but she still loves to cook when she gets a chance. Hot cocoa made by Mom on a snow day is a memory I will carry with me for life. It's a tradition wrapped in warmth and coziness. Speaking of traditions, Mom says as she sticks the ice cream scoop in the container for used ones, tell me what you dream of when you hear the word Christmas. I take another bite of ice cream and swallow before answering. What I dream of? What does Christmas make you think of? Mom's face lights up at the talk of Christmas. Snow, I reply. It's a given with living in Willowbakes, Minnesota. I don't remember a year where we didn't have a white Christmas. The holiday lights display in the park, decorating the tree as a family, Dad's favorite Christmas movie, Your Christmas Village, Grandma's fudge, and picking out gifts for Walden and Caden. All good ones, Mom says. Very nostalgic. Is that your theme for this year? I ask. A nostalgic Christmas? Exactly, Mom says. I want everyone to experience a good old-fashioned Christmas without all the rush. There will be a whole season full of activities. We'll have workshops to make ornaments and wreaths, decorate gingerbread houses and cookies, wrap gifts, craft homemade cards and gifts, and some other surprises. I'll tell you about it after we meet the new volunteer. A week ago, I overheard Mom talking to Vicky about a new volunteer at the store for the holidays. I assume it's some celebrity who lives in Willowbanks. Last year, a celebrity volunteered, but hardly helped and spent most of the time posting to social media. Mom wasn't thrilled about the lack of help, but the store sold a lot of ice cream due to the celebrity's posts. Mom wasn't upset when enough money was raised to sponsor an apartment for a young mother who escaped human trafficking. Who's the volunteer? I ask as the bell over the door rings when it's opened. I wonder if the volunteer is teen pop star Austin Lucas or model Cody Thompson. They attend Dream Prep Academy with me and need to complete required volunteer hours. Just a moment, Mom says to me. She puts on her happy customer smile. which isn't much different from her happy Christmas smile, to welcome the nanny and elementary school-aged girl who come in once a week for a treat. "Hello, Molly." "Hi, Ray," Mom says and leans over the counter. "Take your time picking and let me know when you're ready. We have some new flavors to choose from today." I wave at Ray. She wears her uniform from the private elementary school down the street. In a few years, she'll apply to Dream Prep Academy, the 6th through 12th grade private school I currently attend. The kid will be in a school uniform most of her life. "Linnea," Mom says to get my attention, "will you please grab a new container of rainbow sprinkles for me?" "Sure," I reply. Molly, the nanny, is a rainbow sprinkle lover. She tries to get Ray, who's basically an 80-year-old woman in an 8-year-old's body, to branch out in her ice cream choices, but Ray knows what she likes, and it's not sprinkles. "Vanilla, please," Ray says as I head to the back storage closet. I'm not surprised. Ray sticks with vanilla ice cream and nothing on it. She doesn't prefer texture in her ice cream. It's a good thing Mom always has vanilla available. I open the door to the storage pantry of non-perishables. The sprinkles are on a shelf at eye level. I reach for the container of rainbow ones when Mom peeks ahead around the corner from the front of the store. "I forgot to tell you," Mom says, and I turn to look at her. "It's one of your classmates who is the holiday volunteer. He's stopping by soon for a few minutes." "Who?" I ask as my fingers wrap around the sprinkle container. "It's a sweet neighbor boy you once dated," Mom replies. I scream, but not for ice cream. Chapter 2. Sprinkles fly through the air and shower me in a rainbow of colors. They hit the floor and sound like tiny creatures stirring awake after a long winter's nap. The pitter-patter of noise dies down as the sprinkles stop rolling. I exhale and clasp a hand over my chest. My scream wasn't from finding out I'll be working with my ex-boyfriend, though it could cause one. I screamed because of a hideous face behind the sprinkle containers surprised me. Vicky told me she put the elf on the storage shelf, and I discovered the evil creature. He's enough to scare the sprinkles out of me. "Oh," Mom looks at the mess as a bell above the door rings again. "That's probably him." "Go," I say, and bend to pick up the nearly empty container. "I'll clean this up." I squat and use my hands to brush sprinkles into a pile. A broom might help, but I'm going to stay low in this hallway until the new volunteer leaves. I can't believe Mom would ever agree to let my ex-boyfriend work here, though I did tell her we had an amicable breakup and decided to be friends. It was a lie. Santa probably put me on the naughty list that year, and he might again this year if I'm going to have to work with my ex-boyfriend. Calling Jayden an ex-boyfriend is in the gray area, or otherwise known as in the middle of black and white. He was more than a friend, but not quite an official boyfriend. I grip my teeth and roughly push the wayward sprinkles into a mound when a pair of expensive sneakers steps into my view. "Can I help?" The baritone voice makes me shiver in remembrance. Jayden didn't even break up with me in person. No note, no text, no phone call, not even a visit from the ghost of Christmas past. The guy literally ghosted me, and I overheard he broke it off with me from the girl he dumped me for. "Jayden," I say through my teeth and look up at him. Jayden smiles, and I hear it. He's the only person whose smile I can hear, and I've avoided it for the last year and a half. Jayden's perfect white teeth sparkle in all their brilliance at me. I remind myself his smile is only thousands in orthodontics, and it shouldn't make my heart grow 3 times bigger. I try to clamp the vice around my heart and not let the nearness of Jayden melt me. This is the guy who left me for Bianca without a word. I've done a spectacular job of avoiding Jayden. I can count all our encounters on one sprinkle-covered hand. It's been difficult with attending the same school and living in the same neighborhood, but I've done it. Until now. Now he's being forced on me. "Hi, Linnea," Jayden says. "You have some sprinkles in your hair." He bends over, reaches out with his long fingers, and brushes sprinkles from the top of my head. My long brown hair moves under his touch and my body. Bah, humbug. It reacts in a way I don't want it to. Traitorous body. It's supposed to cringe and back away in revulsion, bitterness, and hurt. Instead, it leans into Jayden's touch. Yeah. I shake my head and my hair swings side to side, which causes Jayden to remove his hand from me. Additional sprinkles cascade to the ground as if a fairy godmother dusts me in magical glitter. I could use some magic to transport me out of this situation. Jayden holds out his hand. Let me help you. I push myself to a standing position without accepting help and face the guy who helped turn my heart from bubbling sugar into a mass of hard peanut brittle. The last year has treated Jayden kindly, or handsomely. If you look up the definition of tall, dark, and handsome, you'll see a photo of Jayden. He has a slender physique with defined leg muscles cut from stone. His black hair is cut short and accentuates the rugged planes of his face. I could stare into his dark eyes for hours. I shift my eyes away from his. Ah, humbug. Why is he so good-looking? I'm good, I say, and brush sprinkles off the front of my t-shirt. Jayden's gaze drops from my hazel eyes to my lips to my chest. You have some sprinkles there. Jayden gestures with a finger. I look down at my chest and don't see any, but I still give myself a cursory brush with my hand. No, Jayden reaches a hand toward my neck. Can I? Sure, I mumble. Jayden may be an ex-boyfriend, but he was always a gentleman when we were friends. I swallow slowly as Jayden's fingers brush my neck and sweep across my collarbone. Son of a nutcracker. I shouldn't feel like this. Even after Jayden brushes the sprinkles from my skin, my body still tingles from the soft touch. The feeling spirals from my collarbone down to the farthest reaches of my toes, and I wobble as the sensation dissipates. The empty container is in my hand and I squeeze it. What am I supposed to be doing? Can I help? Jayden asks again. Oh. I come back to the present and point to the shelf in the pantry. Could you please grab a container of rainbow sprinkles? My mom needs them and I need to clean up here. Sure. Jayden steps into the pantry, looks around, finds the sprinkles, and yelps in surprise. I smile in delight, but cover it with a hand to muffle my chuckle. What is that thing? Jayden points to the demented elf Vicky hid on the shelf. My mom's version of an elf, I say, and slide some sprinkles together with the edge of my shoe. I can't let Jayden slide as easily back into my life because he's helping at the store. His name is Ernest, after the movie Ernest Saves Christmas. Is it a horror movie? Because that Ernest could star in a nightmare Christmas movie. Jayden pokes Ernest, the elf, with a finger as if to make sure it isn't real before he grabs a container of sprinkles. The movie was fun, and my mom thinks the elf is funny. I say, you'll be a hero if you can make Ernest disappear. This is the longest conversation we've had in over a year, and everything in me debates what to say to Jayden. I can't utter the question which continually runs through my head. What did I do to make you leave? But here he is. Jayden stands before me as if the last year is only a blip on the timeline. I'll see what I can do. Jayden grins. I'll be back. Right. Like I can trust that. He didn't come back the last time he said it to me. With heavy steps, I clomp my way to the cleaning supplies. I grab the cordless portable vacuum and lug it over to the mess, while my brain whirls with a snowstorm of questions. Why is Jayden volunteering here? He knows my mom owns this store, or as usual, am I completely forgettable, even to the guy I spent nearly a whole summer with? I stand in the hallway, stewing in my own thoughts when Mom appears in my line of vision. Jayden is with her. It will be wonderful to have you volunteer here, Mom says to Jayden. It's been so long since we've seen you, and Christmas is the perfect time to help. Ice cream is the best way to spread Christmas cheer. I roll my eyes and make sure neither Mom nor Jayden see. Mom lays the fudge sauce on thick for Jayden. I thought singing was the best way, I say with a touch of annoyance. Would you rather sing or eat ice cream? Mom asks. Definitely eat ice cream, Jayden replies. He throws a tiny grin my way, and I concentrate on the sprinkles on the floor. Linnea volunteers the same days you'll be here, Mom says. I know you two worked together well in the past. My hand loses grip on the vacuum, and it falls forward toward Jayden. He swiftly reaches out and grabs it while I narrow my eyes at Mom. This is an ambush of epic holiday proportions, and I don't like it. Not one little bit. We have activities every weekend around a theme. The two of you will help on Tuesdays and Thursdays to prepare things, Mom says. I'll give Linnea the full schedule, and she'll communicate with you on which ones you two will be working on. If there isn't an activity, you'll just fill in at the store as needed. Does that work for you? Of course, Jayden says. He makes the vacuum dance in his hand and throws a smile my way. I only have a few more minutes, but that should be enough time to help vacuum. I frown in return. Jayden throws out charm like he's topping a sundae with way too many maraschino cherries. I'll never say no to a man with a vacuum. Mom says and winks. Thank you. Just suck me up with a vacuum and bury me in sprinkles. Can my mom be any more embarrassing? I need to get back to the front. You two catch up and watch out for the mistletoe. It moves around. Mom points to the mistletoe hanging smack in the middle of the hallway above my head. Yup, she can't be more embarrassing. I jump out of the line of fire, aka the line of kissing, though I don't think Jayden will take advantage. Why would he? He's now Mr. Popularity at school, and I shouldn't even be on his radar. When you're in the middle, you're in a blind zone. Thanks, Mrs. Carlson. Jayden smiles, turns on the vacuum, and proceeds to clean up my mess. Thank goodness for the noise, because I don't know what else to say to Jayden, or what to do. I awkwardly stand, well out of range of the mistletoe, while Jayden gets rid of my rainbow mess. Thanks, I mumble when Jayden finishes. I could have done that. I'm happy to help. Jayden hands the vacuum back to me as a bell over the door in the front of the store rings. Jayden turns toward the sound. Do lots of angels get their wings because of your store? My store? It's not mine, but I'm here enough. Scoop It Good is Mom's hobby and passion. It's run as a nonprofit, and for every scoop sold, another scoop is donated either in money or actual ice cream. Mom doesn't take a salary, but she pays her employees well and often takes volunteers. Besides selling ice cream, the shop is available for workshops and rent. Willow Banks is a town full of people with deep pockets who love ice cream, including my family. My dad runs a successful investment firm, and Mom gives back through ice cream. Jayden's dad is a famous former pro basketball player. Because Jayden tries to fill in the awkward silence when I don't respond. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. I fill in sharply. Yeah, I know. I turn just as sharp and shove the vacuum back in with the cleaning supplies. I need to get back to school, Jayden says. We have a couple more days of practice before the playoffs. Okay, I say, an edge still in my voice. I'll message you when I know what's going on. My mom hasn't even told me yet. Okay, Jayden says. I'll wait to hear from you. Bye, I say. Bye. Jayden can take a clue, and he does. He turns to head back to the front of the shop, but hesitates. Hey, Linnea. I pinch my lips together. I'm having a party at my house Saturday night after the state soccer championship game, whether we make it or not. Jayden blinks, and his feet shuffle on the floor now free of sprinkles. You should stop by. Maybe, I say, as his wide-eyed look starts to soften me like ice cream left out of the freezer. Congratulations on being district champs, and good luck at the state playoffs. Thanks. Jayden breaks into a grin. I hope I see you at school tomorrow. Maybe, I say. He won't see me, not if I can help it. He may see me at the ice cream shop, but I can still evade him at school. Chapter 3. When a couple of teenaged employees from Little Banks, the next town over, arrive for their shift, Mom catches a ride home with me. Dad dropped her off at the store this morning. This is the perfect time to grill Mom on why she's letting Jayden volunteer, and I need to wade in slowly. Is Jayden the only volunteer from Dream Prep? I ask and turn the car on. Our school, Dream Prep Academy, is an exclusive and very secretive private school. It's full of celebrities' kids, students who are celebrities themselves, kids with rich parents, and then there's me. My family may have a lot of money, but I never felt like I fit in with the other students of Dream Prep Academy. Jayden was the first one I felt who understood me, but I obviously misjudged our whole relationship. And now he's completing his school-required volunteer hours at Scoop It Good. Lucky me. He's the only one right now, Mom replies as she holds a small cooler on her lap. I turn out of the parking lot behind the store and head toward Main Street. Did you ask him to volunteer? Forget waiting in. I dig in like I do when an ice cream sundae is placed in front of me. He contacted me and asked if he could volunteer when his soccer season was over, Mom says and grips the sides of the container as if I'm going to take a corner too fast. The speed limit on Main Street is only 20 miles per hour where the quaint storefronts are located. There's no danger in Mom losing her cooler. How long ago did he contact you? I ask. There may be a danger of me losing my mind if Mom answers with anything longer than a day. 3 weeks. I inhale sharply, and my nose makes a squeaking noise. At least it doesn't glow red. I should have asked Mom about the conversation I overheard her having with Vicky. Then I might have been prepared for Jayden's presence. Then again, maybe not. And you didn't tell me? I say in a strained voice. Sorry, Mom says. I wasn't sure if I should. Right, I say in a sarcastic voice, because no one tells me anything, including Jayden. I didn't know how you'd react, Mom says. I know you two were good friends and were kind of dating, and then nothing. We just went different ways, I say. It happens. He's the one who asked to volunteer. Mom taps her fingers on the top of the soft-sided cooler. I thought it would be nice for you to spend time with him again. You were so happy then. You two used to get along so well. Used to, I say in a very Scrooge-like voice. I'll email you the schedule of events after dinner, Mom says and brushes over my comment like a forgotten Christmas ornament left on the tree. You can decide what you want to do with Jayden. Nothing. I want to do nothing, but I don't say it. How long is he volunteering? I ask. Through the holiday season, Mom replies. If you have us dressing up as Santa and Mrs. Claus, I'm going to quit, I say. I have a better idea, Mom says, and I catch her teasing smile to the corner of my eye. This is going to be the longest holiday season ever. I emphasize the last word. It's simply going to be a wonderful Christmas time, Mom replies. It's your senior year, and I'm going to make it one for the memory books. Good for you, I say, and continue driving toward home. We live in Haven Heights, a gated community in Willow Banks, and I pull the car up to the attendant manning the gate. I push a button to lower the window, and Mom throws herself across my lap to look through the opening. Marv, Mom says to the guy who approaches the window. She holds out a small container of ice cream with a spoon on top. Butter pecan, right? Yes, ma'am. Mark smiles wide. You always remember my favorite. Thank you. I take the ice cream container from Mom and hand it to Marv as she reaches into her cooler and pulls out another container of ice cream. It's labeled with a name. Mom may forget to tell me about Jayden volunteering, but she can remember everyone's favorite ice cream. And will you put this in the freezer for Misty? Mom asks Marv. I believe she's on duty next, and she likes cookies and cream. Can you make sure she gets it? Yes, ma'am, Marv replies and takes the second container of ice cream. Thank you very much. It's always a treat to get your ice cream. It's a treat to have you here, Marv, Mom says. She waves and sits back straight in the passenger seat. Bye, Marv, I say in a soft voice. He walks back to the security hut, and I push the button to make the window go up. You don't have a favorite flavor, Mom says. Do you? I'm an equal opportunity ice cream lover, I say. Having a favorite ice cream flavor is like picking a favorite child. I have a favorite, Mom says. Favorite child or favorite ice cream? I ask. Both. I groan and frown at Mom, who has a sly smile on her face. You can't have a favorite kid, I say. Maybe I do, and maybe I don't, Mom says. Maybe working with Jayden will help you find your favorite flavor. I doubt it, I reply as I drive the car past Jayden's house. It's a large, modern structure of wood, glass, and concrete. It's exactly what I imagine a pro basketball player would live in, and there's a huge court in the backyard and a small one inside. When Mom isn't in the car, I take the long way to our house to avoid going past Jayden's. I'm all for overdoing the avoiding. And Mom is all for overplaying Christmas. When I step in our house, my jaw drops. I should have gotten a clue when the outside was glowing in enough lights to guide a ship from space. Think you're overdoing it, Mom? I ask as we walk into the main living area. If I thought Scoop It Good was a Christmas wonderland, then our house is Christmas heaven. The decorators have spent all day here. Dad walks behind us and plants a kiss on Mom's cheek. He has the same brown hair as me, but I inherited Mom's angular face versus Dad's round one. It's a Christmas dream come true. Mom clasps her hands at her chest and swoons. She loves everything Christmas nearly as much as holiday romance movies. Dad's a lucky guy if she loves him more than Christmas. It's even better than I imagined. I wish things could be better than I imagine. I can't imagine working with Jayden to be as happy as a Christmas scene in a snow globe. It's going to be more like a little kid shaking the globe into a snowstorm and not finding your way out. How's my girl? Dad asks as I gaze at the glowing Christmas tree in the family room. There aren't ornaments on this one because Mom likes us to put them on as a family. There are other professionally decorated trees scattered throughout the house. This one is a tree set aside for family ornaments. Everything's pink, I say as a knot forms in my chest. The tree shines with soft pink and white lights. Green and pink wreaths hang from the windows, and LED candles in all shades of pink line the mantel. Pink and white poinsettias stand on every large surface. "It's for you," Dad says. "With it being your senior year, your mom requested your favorite color." It's... A sting of tears warms the back of my eyes and nose. When I'm feeling all stuck in the middle, I'm reminded it's only in my mind. It's beautiful. Just like our Linnea. Mom reaches and cups my face in her hands. I'm named after a small pink mountain flower, which was named after the Swedish botanist Carl Linnaeus. I was born to love pink. Your face is so pretty. It should be on our Christmas card this year. I gasp at Mom's comment and brush her hands away to cover my face. "Please, no. You had better not put just me on it. If you do, I'll send out New Year's cards with you and Dad dressed up at Halloween." "Oh," Dad smirks. "We should send that one out. I like being the butt of jokes." "Dad," I groan at his dad joke. He was literally the butt of a donkey, while Mom was dressed as the head for some Halloween party his company held. "Hello, family," Jayden yells from the kitchen. "Is anyone going to eat this food with me?" After dinner, I head to my room to finish some homework and then pick up my journal to write. There's something comforting about taking a pretty pink pen to paper and writing down my thoughts and feelings. I've been doing it since 2nd grade and have a pile of used journals. Dear Diary, I'm confused. Jayden is going to be volunteering at the shop, and I'm supposed to work with him. I'm angry, bitter, and yet hopeful, but it scares me. Why is he here? Why now? I feel like a nobody. He broke up with me for Bianca. They dated for nearly a year and broke up. I'll admit it made me happy to hear they broke up, and I feel kind of bad for feeling that. But now, what am I supposed to feel? There's a knock on my door, and Mom sticks her head in. She waves a hot pink and white striped candy cane. "Can I come in?" I close the journal and shove it under a pillow. "Sure." Mom drops to the bed and hands me the candy cane. I know the pensive look on her face. It's the one which always precedes a motherly lecture. "I emailed you the nostalgic Christmas activities. It's going to be an old-fashioned family Christmas at the store," Mom says. "I planned it with you in mind." "Okay." I play with the wrapper and the candy cane, but don't open it. Mom's going to say more. "Since this is your last Christmas in high school, I want to do everything I can so you enjoy it," Mom says. "All I really want for you is to be happy." "I'm happy," I say. "Really?" Mom lifts her eyebrows. "I haven't heard you talk about any close friends, and you haven't gone out much in the last year. I don't want you missing out on anything." "I'm not," I say as everything in me flinches. It's either annoyance for having this conversation or pain at the slight truth. "I'm fine being me." "It's fine to be you, but I don't want you to close yourself off to others at such a young age," Mom says. "At what age can I do that?" I ask with a little attitude. Mom chuckles. "Fair question, but the holiday season is a great time to open your heart. Maybe try to let some people in." "It's not like I'm the Grinch," I say. "I'm just wary of people." I want to add I'm protective of my heart since Jayden stomped all over it, but I don't. Mom will probably give me some additional lecture on how I'm young and my heart is supposed to be broken a few times during my life. Live, love, and learn. Isn't that some saying? Jayden taught me enough. I learned I don't want my heart broken repeatedly. I want it whole, and I want only one person to have it. Until that special person with the right key comes along to unlock my heart, it's staying closed. I don't care if it's 1 year away, 5 years away, or nearly a lifetime. I'll wait. "I triple dog dare you." Mom's grin turns wicked. "If you're triple dog daring me to stick my tongue to a frozen pole, I'm not going to do it," I say. "Triple dog dare Jayden. He'll do it. Or Case from my school. He'll try anything once." Mom laughs. "I triple dog dare you to open your heart to someone this Christmas season." "I don't know," I reply. "And don't you count? I'm talking to you now." "I know you don't tell me everything," Mom says. "You leave some things closed off." I shrug. "I'm toy packaging. It's hard to break into me, and sometimes you can't get the toy out of the box or you're missing the batteries." "Toy packaging." Mom chuckles. "It's a parent's worst nightmare, and I never had the right batteries for whatever toys you kids got." I remember it took Dad a whole day to get Caden's remote control car out of the box and working. By the time he got it ready, Jayden didn't want to play with it. I say, "Your poor Dad." Mom shakes her head. And then the car went nuts when the batteries died, but it did give us a good Christmas memory, and I want you to make more memories this year. You can't say you haven't tried, I say. We're picking Secret Santas at the shop. Mom pats my leg with her hand. Maybe you'll open up to whoever has you. I doubt it. I lift my eyebrows. My journal is the only one I'm an open book to. All I ask is you try. Mom stands. And to wear a pink bunny costume. What? Mom is gone before she can give me an answer. Pink bunny costume? Mom's gone loony. That's what Christmas does to her. It brings out the best and the worst in people. I jump off the bed and grab my phone from the dresser. The window near the dresser looks out to our backyard. While the front of our house blazes bright with lights, the back is a blank background. It's dark outside and a few stars peek through the scattered clouds. I like Christmas, but it's also kind of depressing. I feel like Charlie Brown. I like all the things that go with Christmas, and while they make me temporarily happy, I'm missing something. I start to go into my email on the phone, but a Dream Space notification pops up on the top of the screen. I have a direct message from another student on the school app. Jayden, nice to see you today. Looking forward to working together. You're welcome to stop by the party at my house Saturday night. Jayden and I texted all the time the summer before our junior year, at least until he ghosted me before school started. I at once blocked his number when I heard about Bianca. Blocking Jayden's number doesn't keep him from contacting me in the school app, and this is the first time he's messaged me since that day. Nothing on Dream Space is private for protection. Everyone at Dream Prep Academy has secrets, but none of them are told on the app. Dream Space is a secret-free space. I clasp the phone and stare up at the night sky, which holds its own secrets. It can have mine. Jayden broke my heart, and no one knows. A shooting star trails across the sky, and my heart leaps in hope. I wish on it. Please, let me find what I'm missing this holiday season. Chapter 4. They're missing. I lost them. The little kid standing in front of me smiles a wide, toothless grin. See? Oh, my. I make a startled face. I'm guessing all you want for Christmas is your 2 front teeth. No. The little boy scrunches his nose. And my mom makes me wear fake teeth for pictures. Yuck. He sticks his tongue out. I want a new video game console. That's nice, I say, not even fazed by the kid's fake tooth comment. This party is for a social influencer's elementary-age daughter, and everything needs to be picture perfect. Just be careful you don't shoot your eye out, I tell the boy. The boy again wrinkles his nose at me in confusion. I've been around Mom too long. I can talk in Christmas movie quotes all day. You can't shoot your eye out with a game, the boy says. Nope, I say, and steer him in the direction of the sprinkle bar with the other kids making their own sundaes. Since I have nothing better to do on a Saturday afternoon, I'm helping with the party. You don't have to be here. Mom sidles up next to me. There's enough help. You could go to the state soccer championships. Didn't your school make it? Yeah. I nod and turn away from Mom to adjust the containers at the sprinkle bar. The entire party is planned by an event organizer, and there's a team of people here. Neither of us are needed, but Mom enjoys playing hostess. But I'm not that much into soccer. I push a spoon through sprinkles in the shape of small white and blue snowflakes. Jayden's captain of the varsity soccer team, and I don't think my heart could stand to watch him play. The memory of Jayden kissing me for the first time, leaving for soccer practice and saying he'd be back, and then never returning stabs my heart. I don't need to see a soccer game. What's Jayden's favorite flavor of ice cream? Mom asks. Do you know? I don't think he has one. I stab the spoon into the container and some sprinkles land on the counter. We ate a lot of ice cream the summer we spent together. He does like to try flavors. My bitter heart tells me Jayden tries girls like he tries ice cream, but it isn't a fair or accurate comparison. It's a good thing he's going to help here, Mom says. He might find his favorite, and you too. Doubtful, I say. You've owned this shop for how many years, and I still don't have a favorite? I'll send you with some cartons to take to his party tonight. Mom's a pushy little Santa's helper. I don't know, I say, and move on to twirling a spoon through the shiny gold sprinkles in the shape of stars. I might not go. Triple dog dare, Mom says before she walks off. You can't back down from a triple dog dare. Armed with 2 cartons of ice cream and not enough bravery, I walk at the pace of a snail toward Jayden's house. My hands start to freeze. I watch those holiday romance movies with Mom and always wonder why the people never wear hats and gloves when it's supposed to be freezing and snowing. I get it now. It's because they're cotton-headed ninny-muggins like me who are thinking of a past love and not what they should be wearing in cold weather. What am I doing? I asked myself out loud as I walked down the middle of the road. Ahead, on the road in the dark, I spot 2 people. A moment of panic washes over me and I dodge to the hedges lining a neighbor's driveway. The Chesters are never here around the holidays. They jet off to somewhere warm for months. I dunk behind the bushes as a couple holding hands walks by. I recognize them as classmates. It's Rivers and Milo, the new senior on the soccer team. He lives in Haven Heights, too. For all that is merry and bright, good grief, they stop to kiss in the middle of the road. I avert my eyes and glance at the tops of the ice cream containers. Mom wrote the names of the ice cream in the lids. One is labeled, "Oh, Frosty Night," and the other is "Soulmate Spark." I internally groan, as I don't want Rivers and Milo to hear me. Mom loves to give her ice cream concoctions quirky names, which tell nothing about the flavor profile. Soulmate Spark? Why does she send this one? I'll give her a Frosty Night for her choice of ice cream. When I look back up, Rivers and Milo are further down the street and walking away from me. Rivers and Milo must be back together. They were dating, but then something happened. Last week, Jayden rented Scoop It Good for a private tasting party and brought only Rivers. I may have wandered by the shop while they were in it, and it looked like Jayden was on a date with Rivers. They were homecoming king and queen this year. But now Rivers is kissing Milo, and Jayden seems single. I'm so confused. I turn my head back in the direction of Jayden's. Is Jayden single? I mean, not that it matters. It shouldn't matter to me. Why should it matter to the girl hiding in the middle of a bush with ice cream? What am I still doing in the hedges? Rivers and Milo are far down the road and in their own little world. They wouldn't have noticed me if I remained in their path instead of diving into a bush. Slowly, I stand up from my hiding place. Another person walks down the road in the dark. What is with my luck tonight? Another moment of panic ensues as a clippity-clop noise, like a reindeer charging, sounds on the road behind me. Something runs fast and it gets closer. I turn to face the abominable monster bounding at me with clumsy leaps. My hands, each clasping a container of ice cream, lift to protect myself from the oncoming collision. My body freezes, as if frozen in ice, and won't move. "No, Princess Butterbean!" someone behind me yells. An agile canine leaps at me, stands on its hind legs, and presses its front paws to my chest. It pulls an ice cream container from my hold, and I stumble backwards. Strong hands grasp me, and a gasp leaves me as my fall is prevented when my back lands against a sturdy chest. "I'm so sorry. Are you okay?" a familiar voice asks. Warm breath brushes against my cold ear and I shiver. "Yeah, I swallow hard as Jayden's hands clasp my forearms, and he helps me stand straight. My body defies the orders of my head and once again causes feelings in me I want to ignore. "I'm so sorry," Jayden says again. He walks around me and takes the ice cream container from the dog. "Naughty girl," Jayden tells the dog in a firm voice. "You filthy animal." Jayden pries the lid from the dog's slobbery mouth. It's a Soulmate Spark lid. "At least it's not chocolate," I say awkwardly. "Sorry, Jordan let the dog out and I had to chase her down." Jayden grumbles about his younger brother Jordan and pushes the lid on the container and holds it out to me. I take it as he hooks a leash to the dog. "Princess Butterbean?" I examine the Australian shepherd who tries to get at me to lick my hands. "New dog?" Jayden holds the dog's leash tight. "My mom thought a puppy would be fun." "I remember her wanting a dog," I say, and immediately regret bringing up our past. I clench the ice cream containers and try to fix my earlier comment by waving the containers around. "I was bringing some ice cream over to your, party." "Oh, that's great." Jayden shuffles on his feet and grips Princess Butterbean's leash tight. "Do you want to walk back with me?" It's not like I can say no when he's standing right here and we're headed in the same direction. "Sure." I reply as Mom's voice rings in my head. Triple dog dare. Princess Butterbean, the dog, prances between Jayden and me. I should take this as a sign to clear the air with Jayden. I know it's been... I stop talking when I spot a security car. The car drives up to us and a window slides down. Hey, Jayden, the security guard says and gives me a quick look. He recognizes me, but he doesn't remember my name and only nods at me. We were alerted to a disturbance near the Chester's house. It looked like someone was hiding in the bushes. Props to the Haven Heights security for spotting me, but it's not exactly something I want to admit to right now. A warm blush spreads across my cheek, and I'm thankful for the lack of light. Sorry about the disturbance, Jayden says. Princess Butterbean got loose. I'm glad you found her, the security guard says. I thrust out the good container of ice cream, my bribe for silence. You can have this container of ice cream. The dog didn't get this one. Thanks. The guard breaks into a smile as he reaches out the window to take the carton from my hand. Now Misty won't have to share hers with me. You two have a good night and stay safe. I stay safe by keeping all my questions to myself. Perhaps the past is best left in the past. Jayden takes care of corralling Princess Butterbean while I throw away the dog-slobbered ice cream and clean up. When I walk out of the bathroom and into the main living area, it's not hard to spot what doesn't belong at the party. One of these things doesn't belong. One of these things is not like the others. Me. It's all soccer players and girlfriends of some of the players. I'm not a soccer player, nor a girlfriend of one. Bianca was a soccer girlfriend last year. She's the queen bee of our school, and Jayden, being her boyfriend, raised his popularity status to the top of the school. After they broke up, Jayden's popularity didn't diminish any, and he was voted homecoming king. I'm at the opposite end of the popularity chain from Jayden, and barely register on it. Come in and join us, Jayden says as I stand awkwardly off to the side. He places a hand on the small of my back to gently guide me toward a cluster of people. Oh, happy holidays. His touch is more pleasant than warmth returning to chilled fingertips. It's Lynn, right? Amber, a soccer girlfriend and fellow senior, asks. It's Linnea. Jayden corrects her before I can. Oh, yes. Amber nods her head as if she suddenly received the magic top hat which made Frosty come to life. Walden's little sister. Yep. I try not to grit my teeth. If anyone knows me, it's always as Walden's little sister or Caden's big sister. It's a never-ending dilemma of a middle child. My parents can't introduce me as their oldest or their youngest child, and it sounds funny to say I'm the middle child. Come with me for a minute, Linny. Jayden grasps my wrist. He doesn't quite hold my hand, but he holds me. I want to show you something. I notice he uses the nickname he called me before our absence from each other. Jayden tugs me through the living room, through the dining room, into the kitchen, and then into a large butler's pantry. He shuts the door, and the noise from the party quiets. This is the perfect recipe for... No, I can't entertain any ideas of holly-jolly happenings in the butler's pantry with the guy who smashed my heart like a festive holiday popper. Jayden lifts the lid on a deep freezer. He digs around in the large appliance and pulls out a small container I've seen before. It's very similar to the ones I held in my hands earlier. Do you remember this? Jayden holds out the carton to me. I lean over and peer at the lid. Though the marker-drawn name is covered in frost, I can decipher the black lines. Second chance. I can't believe you kept it. I marvel at the ice cream container in Jayden's hand. It was the last flavor we made, Jayden says. The last flavor before he ghosted me and started dating Bianca. I haven't been able to eat it since. The day we made the ice cream is etched in my brain like an engraving on a baby's first Christmas ornament. Mom let Jayden and I experiment in the store's kitchen, and we combined a vanilla base with the last bits of cereal. It was the bottom of the box cereal remnants, which no one ever eats, and we gave them a second chance in ice cream. There were fruity-flavored flakes, rice flakes, and even cocoa-flavored flakes, plus cereal dust. The ice cream ended up an unappetizing color, but the flavor was unexpectedly good. I awkwardly moved my hand around, not sure if I should point or wave. It's probably not good any longer. Jayden pops the top off, and we lean to peer at the contents. Our foreheads almost touch as we take in the half-empty container. The top of the ice cream is crusted over with freezer burn. Tiny ice crystals quilt the homemade concoction like a lattice. It's easy to see the comparison with my heart. My heart is coated in freezer burn and needs to be chipped through with an ice pick. We'll have to make it again, Jayden says. Yeah, I whisper and step back. This nearness to Jayden makes me dizzy as my mind, heart, and body fight how they feel. I should go. Please, stay, Linny. Jayden's dark eyes, the color of deep chocolate ice cream, melt into me. It's a soccer thing, I say as I grab the door handle. I don't belong here. Faster than Dasher pulling Santa's sleigh, I rush out of Jayden's house. The cool night air hits my face and stings my lungs as I take a deep breath and slow to a walk when I hit the street. In the distance, my house glows like a twinkling Christmas village. Soulmate spark, second chance. If ice cream can give you a sign, it's giving me one, and I don't know what to do with it. Jayden moved to Haven Heights our sophomore year, and the summer before our junior year we were inseparable as friends. He was the first person I ever clicked with. Then we hopped on separate trains and took different detours. Jayden took the popularity train, and I took the caboose of some unknown one. But now, our trains seem to be coming back to the same line. That's the thing about trains. They're always going somewhere, and you have a choice on which one to jump on. I could use a Polar Express right now to whisk me away. Dear Diary, I ran out on Jayden tonight. I left his party when I felt like I didn't belong. I don't know where I belong. I have no idea what I'm doing or what I'm feeling. Well, I have a slight idea how I'm feeling, and it scares me. I want to belong with Jayden, but I'm super scared of being rejected again. I know what rejection looks like, and it looks like Jayden. Chapter 5. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, Jayden says as he walks into the back workshop of the ice cream store Tuesday afternoon. Mom decorated it the other day for Christmas activities, and the room is bursting with garlands, streamers, wreaths, and even the evil elf. Christmas is a whole season to my mom, I say, and assemble a cardboard shoebox. I bristle at the way Jayden walks in and talks to me as if he's forgotten the past year. I haven't forgotten. It's not just today. She has a lot planned for quite a few weeks. Jayden stands next to me and looks at his phone. I assume he's looking at the schedule I messaged him the other day on Dreamspace. I hope you don't regret it, I say. Just let me know if you have a conflict with anything. I want to do this, Jayden says, and my family is sticking around for the holidays, so I can help. Plus, there's ice cream. And you. The last word is soft enough I almost missed it. I pause my activity and tilt my chin toward Jayden. It's quite possible I misheard him, and my brain was filling in the word my bruised heart hopes to hear. You ready to start? I ask. We have a lot of shoeboxes to fold and fill. Let's do it, Jayden says and sheds his coat. He hangs it on a hook and rejoins me at the work table. How do we do this? Today our task is to fill shoeboxes with toys, school supplies, and hygiene items for Operation Christmas Child. Every year, Scoop It Good donates multiple boxes which are then distributed to children all over the world. This is one activity which genuinely makes me happy. If I can't taste ice cream, I would love to work with children in some capacity in the future. If I could only bottle the childhood magic at Christmas and use it now. You can assemble boxes, I say, and I'll organize the items so we can put them in an assembly line. I'll have a line for girls and one for boys. Can we shove him in a box? Jayden points to the manic elf sitting on a shelf. Ernest holds a fake ice cream cone and looks as if he wants to smash it into someone's face. I'd hate to scare the kid who gets it, I reply. My hand shakes in nervousness as I reach for toys to organize. Jayden grabs a box and starts to assemble it. I've been looking forward to this. Jayden skates over our 1.5 years of non-communication and melts it as if it never existed. I'm the one with her tongue still stuck to the frozen metal pole. I never congratulated you on state. My mouth feels numb. Congratulations on being the first Dream Prep soccer team in years to make it to the state championships. We didn't win, but second is great, Jayden says. Second isn't great when it's a place in someone's heart. Okay. I smack my palms on the table and Jayden jumps. I need to stop dancing around like ladies in the 12 days of Christmas and leaping over the subject like a lord. I'm going to pipe up like a piper. Forget leaving it in the past. This is Christmas present. What's going on here? I don't get why you're talking to me when we've hardly spoken in over a year. Jayden pulls his lips inward and exhales through his nose. I thought since it's been a year you'd maybe talk to me again. Because you're no longer with Bianca? I become much more aggressive in my toy organization. I'm not a jolly elf. Twisted elf on the shelf and I could be twins. Yes and no, Jayden replies. Bianca was, I hate to say a mistake because that's not completely correct, and it'd be wrong too. Jayden sighs. You don't need to hear this, and I legally can't talk about my relationship with her, but she was a diversion. A long one, I say under my breath. What happened? Jayden asks. You just stopped talking to me without a reason. We had fun. I miss hanging out with you. We were once good friends. Friends. Yeah, I say with a huff. We were. Then what happened to us? Jayden asks. I grab a bag of bouncy balls and clutch it to my chest. How can he not know? He was the one who stopped talking to me. He was the one who didn't come back. Bianca, I sputter as I pull on the bags to try and open it. You never... The bag tears open with my force and bouncy balls explode and fly everywhere like a pinball machine gone haywire. Oh! I exclaim, and Jayden pulls me into his chest to shield my face from the balls bouncing off every surface. Oh! This last one is a whisper, as I inhale his scent, which is more tantalizing than mulling spices on the stove. With his arms curled around me, he's the well-wrapped Christmas package you can't wait to rip into. Forget bah humbug, this is more fa-la-la-la-la. Suddenly, Jayden's chest ripples with movement against my face, and he erupts into laughter. Can you do anything without it exploding into a mess? I step back from Jayden's embrace and slowly shake my head. I don't think so. Some balls still bounce low, and others roll across the floor. The sight makes me laugh, too. From sprinkles to ice cream, bouncy balls, and even my relationship with Jayden, I make a huge mess out of everything. Jayden chuckles and grabs a few balls near him. I'm glad I asked to volunteer here. This is going to be fun. Fun, 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 Mom sings as she walks in and stops before she slips on a rogue bouncy ball. What happened here? A little Santa's helper mishap, I reply, and bend to retrieve some rubber balls near me. At least you're not booby-trapping the place Home Alone style, Mom says and reaches to grab a ball with her free hand. It's tempting, I say. My heart is familiar with booby traps. It has some planted to keep me from getting too close to another friend. It sprayed itself with water, froze it to ice, and everyone slips away before they can get in. Mom brings the ball to me and sets some papers on the table. Here's the Secret Santa forms for shop helpers. Mom pats the papers on the table. Jayden, if you want to join in, you can. What do I do? Jayden looks up from retrieving balls. Fill out the paper on some of your favorite things, then I'll pass out the forms randomly. You can leave notes, cards, and little gifts for whoever you get. We'll do a reveal before Christmas. It's just a way to make someone feel special. Jayden and I glance at each other at the same time. My cheeks warm, and I crawl under the table to grab a few more balls and get out of his line of vision. That sounds great, Jayden says. I'd love to make someone feel special. Jayden's voice and comment spark something in me. Not even a snowstorm big enough to stop Santa could cool me down now. Wonderful, Mom says. You each fill out a form, and you'll find out who you're a Secret Santa to on Thursday. Mom returns to the front of the store, and Jayden crawls under the table to join me. On hands and knees, he faces me, blocking my exit. His nose tip is inches from mine, and I should feel trapped, but I don't. My heart bounces around like a bag full of bouncy balls being dropped at the same time. Start over? Jayden questions with lifted eyebrows. Chip, chip, chip. His eyes are like an ice pick to my heart. Forget whatever happened and try to be friends again? Jayden stares at me, his look hopeful and imploring. I stare back and take a breath. How do I forget? A second chance. Jayden's fingertip brushes against mine and ignites another spark. Okay. Look. Jayden smiles and grabs a pink ball near my hand. Is pink still your favorite color? Yes. My cheeks are as pink as the ball he holds. At least that's the same, Jayden says and backs out from under the table. And me avoiding confrontation is also the same. I again let my unasked questions die away like a ball losing its bounce. Maybe another day I'll be brave. Dear Diary, I don't understand how he doesn't know what happened to us, how he doesn't know what he did. He left without a word, and that's what makes this so hard. On one end, there's the hurt of his betrayal, and on the other end is the hope of what could be. What part of the scale do I tip, or do I remain immovable in the middle? He wants a second chance to be friends, but I'm afraid of falling for him. Again. Chapter 6. When you're at the top, you can only fall. This has been said before, but because it's the truth, nowhere is social status and your place on the popularity chain more evident than the school lunchroom, even at a fancy prep school. I sit at a table with other quiet students who prefer to walk the middle line than get in a line of traffic. Our table isn't a sea of students, but like the island of misfit toys, we don't really belong anywhere, but secretly long to. In a school full of dreamers and achievers, I'm completely average. I'm not the smartest, most athletic, or social. I'm lost in the middle. Marissa is a junior, who, like me, flies under the radar and stealthily stays out of view. She's vying to be valedictorian of her class. Our school doesn't publish class standings, but there's always talk of who's ranking at the top. Catalina, or Kat, another junior, is a typical science geek who prefers to have her nose in a book than socialize. It's fine by me. I always have a book on my phone, and the three of us read at lunch. Sometimes we'll chat and even message on Dreamspace, but we're not besties who tell each other everything. Hey, Linnea. Jayden smoothly slides into the chair next to me at lunch on Wednesday. He places an empty plate on the table in front of him. I glance around, not sure where he came from. Kids never quite know how Santa comes down the chimney, and Jayden must have some of the same magic to appear here. Kat drops her book on the table with a loud thud, and Marissa's eyes become larger than the rolls served with lunch. Hey, I say back in a wary voice. Light bulb moment. I have no idea why this didn't occur to me before, but I may have an idea why Jayden ghosted me. He dropped me for the popular crowd. Why didn't I think of it before? Why date me when he can date the daughter of one of the richest men in the world? Can I do something for you? I ask. Actually, yeah. Jayden grins. Even Kat swoons, and she is the most anti-romance girl I know. Though, to be fair, the way Jayden looks in the school uniform is more mouth-watering than delectable Christmas fudge. His white button-down shirt and navy blazer accentuates his firm physique. I'm almost drooling. Can I eat here? Jayden reaches out and grabs a roll before any of us can answer. Jayden is known to wander to different tables since his breakup with Bianca. It's as if he's King Moonracer from the island of misfit toys, circling the lunchroom to find unloved toys. He's usually surrounded by a posse of popular kids, but not today. They keep shooting side-eye glances at us, and I keep my face tucked down. Jayden sitting here puts a spotlight on our little misfit island. Sure, I start to say with hesitation, and Marissa loudly plops in. Of course! Her voice is bubbly with excitement. Jayden swallows a bite and then turns to me. Can Jordan and I get a ride with you and Caden to school tomorrow? And could I get one to the ice cream store and home? Sure, I reply again and dig my teeth into a soft roll. Bring me some figgy pudding and stuff my mouth because I don't know what else to say, but Jayden does. He carries on a polite conversation with Kat, Marissa, and me until lunch is over. Was there some table switch thing going on today I didn't know about? Marissa asks when Jayden leaves first. Mix up the popular kids and jocks with the others or something? I shake my head. I don't think so. Okay, this is out of character for me. Kat blows air through her pursed lips. But he is hot, and you know how much I hate to use that word to describe a person. Do you know Jayden? Marissa asks me. I mean, everyone knows who he is, but are you friends with him or something? Or something. I clench my teeth together, unsure of what kind of something we are. We're neighbors, and he's volunteering at Scoop It Good. Marissa puts an elbow on the table and places her chin in her hand. Popular guy falls for regular girl when they work together. She sighs. It's a Christmas dream. I may have said he's hot, Kat says, But you can't live for a dream. He's just a guy, and frankly, I think we're on the naughty list since he sat with us. Kat jerks her head in the direction of Bianca. One table over, Bianca sashays by with a mean girl glare. She lets us know she looks our way before she jerks her head forward and flicks her long black hair over her shoulder. Her designer heels click on the hard floor and leave an echo as she exits the lunchroom. I shudder. Bianca's naughty list is not a list you want to be on. You could find more than coal in your stocking with her around. Stockings! Mom exclaims when Jayden and I walk in Scoop It Good after school on Thursday. Go find your stockings in the break room, and inside will be the form of the person you're a secret Santa to. Mom gestures for us to head back, and we do. Jayden reaches into the stocking labeled with his name. He conceals the paper from my sight while I reach into the stocking labeled with my name. I am a secret Santa to Vicky, which makes things easy for me. Her favorite color, candy, drink, book, movie, song, food, and other things are listed on the paper, and I already know most of them. Do you know who you got? I asked Jayden, as he may not be familiar with all the employees. I do. Jayden replies with a soft smile. What are we doing today? Making Christmas wishes come true, Mom replies as she walks in. She winks. I'm not sure if it's at me, or at Jayden, or at both of us. She tends to talk in Christmas song lyrics. One of the local teachers did a project with her 4th grade students to come up with ice cream flavors for the holidays, and the class voted on favorites. While it would be nice to let the kids make ice cream, it's not in the class schedule. You two get to make the ice cream for the kids. I'll have someone deliver the flavors tomorrow. I wish we did this when I was in elementary school, Jayden says. You'll have to gear up, and all the supplies are in the kitchen. I'll print out the ingredients, and you can figure out quantities. You'll get the chance to experiment. Mom hands me the paper. You're going to like this. I laugh when I look at the first flavor. Buddy ice cream? That's my favorite, Mom says. Though the fried jelly donuts might be the best tasting. What's Buddy ice cream? Jayden asks. It's from the movie Elf, I say, and look at the paper. The ice cream has the ingredients from the spaghetti he eats. Spaghetti? Jayden wrinkles his nose. An ice cream? Have you seen the movie? I ask. Jayden shakes his head while Mom and I look dumbfounded. Well, Mom claps her hands together. I think you two will have to watch it together, so Jayden understands the ice cream flavor. I start. Get to work, Mom says. I'll leave you two alone. Holly jolly balls of embarrassment. I roll my face away from Jayden. Follow me. In the kitchen, someone has the dry supplies set out on the table for us to use, while the refrigerated ones are in the cooler. We're seriously using spaghetti? Jayden holds up a box of dry noodles. I think we could try breaking it into small pieces and putting it in uncooked for some crunch, I say, but we could also try it cooked. This reminds me of when we made our second chance ice cream, Jayden says. Then you remember what you need to wear to make it, I say, and hand Jayden an apron. He ties his on and then twirls his finger. Turn around, he says. I'll help you with yours. I do as he says, and the air in my lungs still as his fingers tie the strings at my waist. Friends, friends, friends. I repeat the word over and over in my head as Jayden's nearness to me complicates what I feel. He's the one who left. I can't let his touch melt me like this. Ponytail holder? Jayden's breath warms the back of my neck. I don't think I can move. You need to put your hair up, right? Jayden touches the pink scrunchie wrapped around my wrist. My body shivers at his touch. I pull the scrunchie off my wrist and Jayden takes it from me. Joy to the world. Having a boy tie your hair into a ponytail is a gift that keeps on giving. Who cares if it isn't straight or looks lopsided? The tingling sensation as he smooths down my hair with his fingers and pulls it to the nape of my neck is going to drop me to the floor like Frosty after he melted in the greenhouse. Jayden puts his hands on my waist and gently turns me toward him. Perfect, he says as a small smile plays on his lips. He's no longer chipping at my icy heart. He's taking a blowtorch to it, and my tender heart isn't quite ready. I channel Jack Frost and take a step back. Don't forget your hairnet. I pull one out of a drawer and hand it to Jayden. Jayden and I fall into an easy rhythm with adding ingredients and experimenting with the 3 flavors crafted by the 4th graders. I can't help stealing glances at Jayden. He looks completely at ease and happy. It's easy to be happy around ice cream. Even I'm happy. But Jayden really seems full of joy. Plus, he looks good in an apron and hairnet. I can't say the same for myself. Taste this one. Jayden holds a spoon out to me after our 4th iteration of Buddy ice cream. Jayden places a spoon in my mouth. I close my eyes and let the ice cream roll around on my tongue. Perfect, I say and look at Jayden. It has a lot going on, but it works. This one has al dente spaghetti noodles cut into tiny pieces and a base of maple ice cream. It also has marshmallows, mini M&Ms, crushed Pop-Tarts, and chocolate syrup. Why do you close your eyes every time you try some? Jayden asks. I shrug. It lets me concentrate on the flavor in the moment. If I shut out my sense of sight, I can focus more on taste. It's like kissing someone, Jayden says, and you close your eyes. The roaring heat blazing through my body at this minute is going to melt any ice cream in the near vicinity. You need to try, I say quickly. Kissing? Jayden faces me straight on with his intense eyes. Ice cream. I push the bowl at him quickly before my knees go weak. Ice cream kissing. Jayden teases me with a grin and holds my spoon over the small bowl of taste-testing ice cream. I grab my spoon from him, pick up a clean one, and hold it out. No ice cream kissing. Ice cream kissing is scooping ice cream out of a carton, using a spoon you already licked, and having someone else do the same. It's double dipping with 2 people. Jayden takes the clean spoon and uses it to get some Buddy ice cream. I remember you teaching me about ice cream kissing the last time we made some. And? I ask, waiting for his opinion. And you can ice cream kiss with me anytime. Jayden holds the small bowl out to me. I bite my lip and look at the ice cream slowly melting in the bowl. I meant, what do you think of the flavor? I dig my used spoon into the small bit of ice cream remaining. I scoop up half and put it in my mouth. I meet Jayden's eyes with mine, silently daring him to double dip. Jayden grins, takes the bowl from my hand, and then uses his spoon to scoop up some ice cream. He eats the bite and then uses his spoon again to scoop up the rest. He double dips after my double dip, and my heart skips a beat. It's perfect, Jayden says after swallowing. What do you think about coming over Saturday to show me the movie? Dear Diary, I hope I'm not getting my hopes up for nothing. I need to be happy with whatever happens, but it's so hard. We're going to watch a movie at his house, like old times. I don't know what to think, and my hand is even shaky writing this. And why do I keep dreaming about our kiss, and if we'll kiss again? And when I dream about it, another part of my brain screams at me about him dumping me for Bianca. I'd even dump me for Bianca. Who wouldn't? We'll see what happens when I go over to his house. Chapter 7. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. Mom sings loud downstairs. I hear her from upstairs as I leave my room. Her singing grows louder as I traverse the stairs and head her way. Jayden visited your village last night, I say as I see what Mom looks at. Mom spent the week setting up her huge Christmas village on a large table in the entry. Jayden likes to rearrange things and see if Mom notices. It looks like last night he got a hold of a caroling villager and Santa Claus and put them in a compromising position. Teenage boys, Mom shakes her head. He thinks he's so funny. It is kind of funny, I say and point to the snowman in the outhouse. Mom rescues the snowman and replaces it by the skating pond. That boy keeps me on my toes. I'm going over to Jayden's now, I say and pat my pockets. Am I missing something? Oh, good. Mom retrieves a skier dangling from a chairlift with a shake of her head. I'm glad you two are hanging out. You've got your spark again. Spark? I hope she's not going to make me bring another carton of Soulmate Spark ice cream to Jayden's. I'm lucky Princess Butterbean chewed the ice cream lid before Jayden could see the name. Your spark of joy, Mom says and sets the skier in the chair. And you've been happier lately. Huh, I say and rub the back of my neck. I hadn't noticed. Anyways, Mom shrugs. Have fun. She's trying to be cool about this, but I can see past her easy-breezy attitude. Inside, she's freaking out almost as much as me. Mom wants to ask questions like, is this a date or just a friends thing? Do you like him? What happened before? I want to ask all the same things, but I'm afraid of the answers. Mom is hopeful, and while I want to be, my scale is in the middle of hope and dismay at uncertain. You don't have anything better to do on a Saturday night? I ask as Jayden leads me into their viewing room. We watched a lot of movies and shows in here this summer he moved into Haven Heights. There's nothing better than watching a Christmas movie, Jayden says. You sound like my mom, I say as my body reflexively plops into the chair I formerly occupied. It's like riding a bike. You don't forget certain things. And watching this with you has to be even better. Jayden blinks at me and then returns to fiddling on a laptop. I still can't believe you haven't seen this one, I say. My family's Christmas movie viewing is more along the lines of Die Hard, Jayden says. Yippee-ki-yay, I say. I thought it was a Bruce Willis film and not a Christmas one. Jayden chuckles. I take it you've seen it. If it has anything to do with Christmas, chances are my mom's made us watch it. I don't think I've seen many of the classic Christmas movies, Jayden says as he settles in the chair next to me. Should we start watching them together? My chest flutters like a bunch of flickering candles and luminarias. You might have better things to do, I say, after seeing me at the ice cream store all week. Oh. Jayden's face lights up. His fingertips tap my knee. I have to get something. I'll be back in a few minutes. Jayden's touch once again starts a torrent of feelings in me, but it's immediately stilled by his comment. I'll be back. Those words return my heart to its cold and icy position. It's getting a workout through these thaw and refreeze cycles. The minutes tick by slower than a kid waiting in line to see Santa at the mall. If there's one advantage to being a middle kid, it's I've learned to be patient. My mind ramps through figuring out what to get Vicky for her first Secret Santa gift to what Jayden is doing. It is Saturday night, and Jayden could have forgotten about me and left to go to Bianca's party. Her parties are legend around the school, and it's a very exclusive guest list, of which I'm not part of. I'm back. Jayden's boisterous voice startles me out of the depths of my anxious thoughts. He brings the smell of popcorn with him. I hope you still like hot sauce on your popcorn. A warm bubble builds in my chest, and the thaw cycle starts once again. Jayden's back, and he remembers how I like to eat my popcorn. Yes, I do, I reply as he hands me a can of soda and a napkin. I'd hand you the popcorn, but I'm quite sure you'd send it flying somehow. Jayden throws a teasing grin my way. It's quite possible, I say. Messes seem to follow me. Jayden sets a large bowl between our chairs. The popcorn is coated in butter, shredded Parmesan cheese, and tinted red with hot sauce. String it together and it'd make a pretty Christmas garland, but sitting here in the bowl, it's a reminder of how close Jayden and I once were. I reach in to grab some at the same time as Jayden. His fingertips brush against mine and our hands freeze in place. Fingers still touching, neither of us move except to bring our eyes to each other. His dark eyes are the same as when he moved here, but the angles of his face are sharper, and he's much more muscular. In 9th and 10th grade, we weren't friends, but Jayden and I had some classes together. We were both average, in the middle, not popular, but not completely unknown. Jayden's family moved to Haven Heights right at the end of 10th grade, and in a meet cute from a book, we bumped into each other at the building housing the mailboxes. Literally. He was going out the door, and I was going in, and we ran into each other. He dropped his mail, and I dropped my mail key, and we laughed as we picked everything up. We spent the rest of the summer together. It was a summer he turned hot. Jayden went from baby-faced sophomore to a hunk of a junior, and maybe because I was with him so much, I didn't notice the gradual change. But others noticed. Jayden returned to soccer practice the week before school started. He told me he'd be back, but he didn't return, and I overheard Bianca say Jayden dropped another girl for her. Jayden shot up in popularity, and I remained. My heart beats like kernels popping in heat. Jayden is the one who left me behind. I drop my eyes and move my fingers away from his as I take a handful of popcorn. Jayden's eyelids drop a tiny amount, and he gives me a curious look. Ready? He tips his chin at the viewing screen. I nod. I'm ready for a movie, but I'm not sure what else I'm ready for. An advent calendar is opened one day at a time, and my heart needs the same. One day at a time. I've seen Elf enough times I don't fully concentrate on it. Instead, I watch Jayden's reactions. When you're angry and avoiding a person, you tend to block all the things you once liked about them. As much as I hate to admit it, I missed Jayden's laugh. The sound of his laugh hits a bullseye in the middle of me and sparks something. Jayden's laugh is a bubble of joy, and it even turns into a short snort when it goes on for some time. "How have I never seen this before?" Jayden asks as the movie comes to an end. "No idea," I say, and brush the palms of my hands across my jeans. I should probably get going. I move to stand, but Jayden's hand reaches out and covers mine. "Not yet," he says. "I'd like you to stay a little longer." The warmth of Jayden's hand pulses through me. Does he know what his touch does to me? It melts me again, and each time it's harder to refreeze my heart, and I'm afraid when it doesn't refreeze again, it'll break. "Jayden." I breathe his name out, not sure what else to say. In the distance, I hear what sounds like a sleigh bell. Santa's a little early this year. "I've missed this," Jayden says as his hand tightens over mine. His eyes lock on mine and drop to my lips for a second. "I miss." A furry body slams me back in the chair. 2 paws scratch at my thighs while a wet nose reaches to my face. I brace my arms in front of my face and push back an excited canine, which pushes Jayden away from me. The dog keeps jumping on me as if she thinks she's a small dog and can fit in my lap. "Princess!" Jayden yells. "Princess! No!" Another voice yells, and 4 different hands pull the jumpy dog off me. Princess Butterbean waves her rear end back and forth in excited motions and tries to lunge at me again. Her tongue hangs out, and it does rather look like she's smiling and having fun playing this game. Mrs. Thomas holds Princess Butterbean's collar and pulls her back from me. "I'm so sorry," she says with an exasperated voice. "She got away from me and charged here on a mission. Are you okay?" I straighten my shirt and pull it down. "I'm fine," I say. "She's quick." "Well," Mrs. Thomas grips Princess Butterbean tighter. "It's good to see you, Linnea." She gives Jayden a questioning look, which makes me question their unspoken question. "I didn't think we'd see you again." How do I respond to that? What does she think happened between Jayden and me? I've always been down the road. "Don't be a stranger." Mrs. Thomas gently tugs Princess Butterbean toward the door. "Let me get this stinker out of your way." "If I had to guess," Jayden says when Mrs. Thomas leaves with the dog, "I bet Jordan let Princess out and he disappeared with the diversion." "Does he sneak out?" I ask. "More like he sneaks things than sneaking out. Video games and soda," Jayden says. "You didn't hear it from me. I'm not supposed to know." I shake my head and grimace. Being the middle child, I could probably get away with sneaking out since my parents assume it will be my brothers, but I won't try. Walden used to sneak out to go see his girlfriend. He even deactivated the security cameras, and they're still not working, I say. "I'm sorry about Princess Butterbean jumping on you," Jayden says. "She has a bad habit of doing that." "No worries," I say. She seemed happy to see me. "Who wouldn't be?" Jayden clears his throat. "I stopped at Milo's once while walking Princess Butterbean, and Rivers answered the door with a towel wrapped around her. The dog jumped on her and ripped the towel off." "No way." I lift my eyebrows. I hope she had on more than only a towel. "She and Milo were swimming." Jayden grins. "She had a suit on. It wasn't just a towel." I shrug and grin back. That would have been quite the story. "It was still surprising for both of us," Jayden says, "and I learned to never stop at someone's house while walking the dog. I should always text first whether or not I have the dog." "You can always stop by my house," I say. Like a sled bombing down an icy hill, the words slip out of my mouth. "You don't need to text. I mean, you can text if you want to, but you can stop by any time if you want to. I should go." I pop out of the chair like a jack-in-the-box. "I'll walk you home," Jayden says. "It's dark out." "You don't have to," I say as I head to the door. "I walked here in the dark." "But I want to," Jayden says, and I don't argue with him. We bundle up for the chilly walk, and Princess Butterbean joins us. In all the holiday romance movies, the characters walk in a winter wonderland with no gloves, a stylish thin coat, and the girl usually has heels on while the guy might wear a knit cap. It's idyllic, but as my dad says, idyllic is idiotic, and he didn't raise an idiot. I dress for the weather. I wear a puffy down coat, a chunky wool hat which has seen better days, fuzzy boots, and mittens warm enough for an expedition to the North Pole. If I had snow pants on, I'd be the younger brother from A Christmas Story dressed in a snowsuit. "Thanks for watching the movie with me," Jayden says as we walk down the road. Princess Butterbean prances, her rear wiggling with joy at being out for a walk. "Sure," I say, not quite sure if we're sticking to this friends thing or sliding it somewhere else. Every insecurity in me keeps popping up. and I was never good at whack-a-mole games. I'm not sure I can hit my insecurities back in. It was fun. My warm breath freezes in the cold air and hangs visible in front of me. Why can't I have a visible sign of what's going on here? Jayden's gloved hand brushes against my mittened one. My arm stiffens and I look straight ahead. Was it an accidental brush? Was he trying to hold my hand, but my mittened hand is hard to grab? Am I making a mountain out of a molehill? Not hard to find my house, is it? I lamely lift my hand and point ahead. In the distance, a soft glow points to where my house is. Your house looks the best, Jayden says. If we didn't live behind a gate, I'm sure you'd have all sorts of people driving by just to look at it. When we were little, I drop my hand back to my side with a wonder of what will happen. My parents would put us in the car with mugs of hot chocolate and drive us through neighborhoods to see lights. We'd have Christmas music playing and Dad would drive slow by our favorite houses. Did you ever see the one where they would put a Santa hanging from the chimney? Jayden asks. It's dark enough I can't see his face, but I can hear the smile on it. Just like I remember the sound of his laugh, I remember the sound of his smile. I also smile. That was one of my favorite houses, I reply. I loved the glowing Rudolph on the top of their slide. Do you still drive around to look at lights? Jayden asks. I shake my head. Not since they started the lights display in Willowbanks Park. We go there now. We walk up the driveway to my house, and the ghost of Christmas past whizzes me back to a year and a half ago. Okay, it wasn't Christmas then, but I'm taken back to the last time Jayden walked up my driveway with me. He reached out and took my hand and held it. I keenly remember the excitement and nervousness coursing through my body. The trip up the driveway sealed in my mind and heart we had crossed the threshold of friendship into dating. We went up the steps, Jayden's hand firmly clasped around mine, and stopped at the front door. Then we had our first kiss. And last. I'll be back, he said. And he wasn't. We walk up the driveway together now, not holding hands, but we're crossing some sort of threshold. I'm not sure what kind. Feels like I'm trudging through heavy snow as we walk up the steps to the front door. I pinch my lips together and stomp my feet on the doorstep, though there's no snow to sweep off. There are only distant memories to brush off the chip on my shoulder. Thanks for walking me back, I say and reach for the doorknob. Anytime. Jayden shuffles his feet. Do you think Jordan and I could ride with you on Monday? Of course, I say. My heart races and I'm not sure why. It's not like this moment is going to amount to anything. Jayden's not going to kiss me and walk away for good. Or is he? Jayden reaches out, his gloved fingertips touch the arm of my puffy coat. I can't feel his touch, but the action heats my body like the wintergreen and menthol rub for sore muscles. It's soothing and slightly irritating because I don't know what it means. Linny, Jayden starts and pauses. He keeps me hanging on like a cat in a Christmas tree. Jayden steps closer and his puffy coat now touches mine. Princess Butterbean barks and tries to lunge after a squirrel, which tugs Jayden away from me. I'm not as surprised as Jayden is. It's a sign, a bright one keeping him at a distance. We can't pick up where we left off, or rather, where he left. Princess, Jayden exclaims and moves further away from me as the puppy tugs to chase after the squirrel. Thanks again, I call after Jayden. I'll see you Monday. Okay. Jayden twists his gloved hands as if he wants to put them in his pockets, but he can't. I'll be back. With those familiar and aching parting words, I once again watch him walk away before I enter the house. Voila! Jayden jumps when I walk in. You scared me. I thought you were Mom and Dad getting home. I think they'll probably come in through the garage, I say, and kick off my boots before I join Jayden. He stands in front of Mom's Christmas village, and I grin at his mischief. She always figures out what I move. Jayden grabs the small puppy figurine and places it on the train. I think it's part of the fun for her, I say, and pick up a figure skater, which reminds me of Jayden. I also grab the one Mom says looks like me. The girl wears a hat with a huge puffball, tall boots, a long coat, and has brown hair cascading down her back. I twist the two figurines in my hands. What if some magic made your village rearranging come to life? You've been watching too many of those sappy Christmas movies with Mom, Jayden says. If all this came to life, there'd be a whole lot of trouble in Willowbanks because the ice fishing guy. Jayden takes the ice fisher off the pond and gives him a new place to fish in the outhouse. The ice fishing guy is not going to be catching fish. Maybe he dropped his phone and needs to fish it out, I say as I rearrange the figurines I hold. Jayden laughs. His brown hair, the same color as mine, falls over his eyes. Can you imagine if someone in Willowbanks did that? Most people in Willowbanks wouldn't go in an outhouse, and they'd buy a new phone before they tried to retrieve one from a pit toilet, I reply. I heard you were at Jayden's, Jayden says, and grabs one more villager to move. You guys haven't hung out in a long time? Yeah, we just watched a movie, I say as I take in the village scene. Lights glow in the buildings, and even the pond and river have lights which cast an ethereal blue glow. As friends or what? Jayden asks with a glance at the figurines I moved. The boy and girl face each other in an alley between the ice cream store and the pet store. They look like they're more than friends. Friends, I say with a shrug. We're giving him and Jordan a ride to school on Monday. Dear Diary, are Jayden and I friends? He may have been trying to hold my hand tonight, or I may have wanted him to, or I may have been scared to have him even try to hold my hand. I'm still teetering between hope and dismay. I'm ready for everything to come crashing down like a cat in a Christmas tree, but I hope the star stays on the top. Chapter 8. Marissa, Kat, and I sit at our usual table on Monday. We're quiet, while around us the lunchroom buzzes with excitement. Case Palmer, an attention-seeking joker, stands on a food turntable on top of a lunch table. Dream Prep Academy tuition includes lunch, and it's served family-style at each table with the food piled on a turntable in the middle. Students leave their tables to cluster around Case as he throws candy. Marissa, Kat, and I remain in place with our heads in our books. Where does he get his ideas? Kat sarcastically asks with a roll of her eyes, and I bet this gets 500,000 views on his channel. Do you watch it? I ask. Kat shrugs. I've seen a few, just to make sure he isn't violating the privacy contract. Ah, I say with a nod. Kat likes to play by the rules. Dream Prep Academy has a strict privacy policy, and we're all required to sign non-disclosure agreements. It's standard for a school filled with celebrities' kids, celebrities, and rich families. Kat has parents like mine who aren't celebrities. Her mom is CEO of some successful tech company. Marissa's parents are both actors who moved to Willowbanks to give their kids a life outside of Hollywood. I'm not sure Willowbanks is a normal place to grow up, but it's a great place to hide. Hey, Linny. An exclamation of my nickname makes me look over my shoulder. A shiny wrapped object flies through the air at me, but is intercepted by some stocky guy. The guy's school uniform tie billows to the side like a kite ribbon as he jumps between Jayden and me. Dude, thanks. The guy is all smiles as he holds up a Twix bar as if he won a sports trophy. No way. Jayden snatches the candy bar out of the guy's hand. This is for Linnea. It's okay, I say to Jayden. He can have it. There's two, the guy says. I think he's a junior like Marissa and Kat. We can share. Nope. Jayden shakes his head at the guy. I went up against a horde of sugar-crazed classmates to get Linnea's favorite candy bar. It's for her only. Jayden's perfect teeth shine white between his lush, smiling lips as he holds out the candy to me. Every sentimental feeling in me bubbles like hot sugar for candy making. Jayden and I shared multiple Twix bars the summer we spent together. Thanks, I say, and reward Jayden with a smile while I peel open the wrapper. You get to share it with me. Jayden takes the candy bar I hand him. His lips wrap around it before he takes a bite. I stare at those lips, wishing they were on something besides the sweet candy. My mind, body, and heart keep clashing over where to go with Jayden. Meet me at my locker after school. Jayden looks down at me, and his fingertips graze my shoulder as he brushes some strands of hair over it. I can't speak as his touch renders me as speechless as a silent night, and my stare stays on his mouth. Kat kicks me with her foot under the table and yanks me back to reality. Sure, I'll see you there. Yummy. Marissa looks up from her book when Jayden leaves. She flicks her eyes at my half of the Twix bar, but I don't think she's talking about the candy. I take a bite of the chocolate-covered caramel and shortbread confection, and while it's delicious, it's not nearly as scrumptious as the feelings rippling through me because of Jayden. I need to jump in an ice-cold pond for a polar bear plunge to chill these feelings. I know we're trying for a second chance at friendship, but ignoring the gap year is only asking for trouble. What sort of holiday miracle did you wish for? Kat asks. She sets her phone down on the table with a loud thud. Are we in some alternate reality? Do you know the probability of him coming over here to you twice is practically nil? They are neighbors. Marissa chimes in. She peers over her book with round eyes. Her short pixie cut makes her cuter than a Christmas character in a movie. She takes after her mom with a cute next-door girl look. I've seen a few of the holiday romance stories Marissa's mom has starred in. Okay. Kat's head bobbles as if she's doing a complicated math problem in her head. Being a neighbor ups the probability a bit. And we have a history together, I say, which makes both girls' shoulders slump in surprise. A friendly one. Oh, Marissa's excited, and the word is sung at a high tone. It does seem like he's flirting with you. A friendly history even ups your chances with him, Kat agrees. I don't know, I say. He's nice to everyone. Our history tips the scale toward nothing romantic happening, but the present tips it in the direction of hope. But the only problem is... Kat tilts her head at the queen bee of the school. Bianca walks by our table, and her eyes look like she's shooting daggers at me. I wouldn't go up against her, Marissa says. For anything. Me either. Bianca plays to win, and she won Jayden last time. Bianca's not one I would normally trifle with, but as I take a bite of the Twix bar, a tiny hope flares. He gave me the candy bar, not Bianca. Whether it's the sugar from the candy bar or a rush of hope, I have an extra pep in my step as I make my way to Jayden's locker at the end of the day. I know where it is because I've been avoiding it since the beginning of the school year. Jayden stands at his locker, his phone pressed to an ear as I approach him from behind. Definite friend zone, if even that, Jayden says, and I slow to near sloth pace. We have too much history for it to go beyond friendship again. I twist my lips together and feel the familiar pinch in my heart. Why did I even think we could move past what we left behind? It's never good to get your hopes up, and I once again squash mine back down. I've been designated to the friend zone, and there's no moving up the ranks when you're on that team. Of course, buddy. Go for it. Ask her out. I give you an 80% chance it'll be a no, but all you can do is try, Jayden says into the phone. 100% chance of a no, with some scattered showers. I blink away the moisture developing in my eyes. Talk to you soon. Let me know how it works out, Jayden says and hangs up the phone. He turns and spots me. Oh, hey. I want to ask who he was talking to, but I don't want this to be weird or for Jayden to know I overheard his conversation. Ready to go? I ask and adjust my backpack. Yeah, Jayden smiles. I really appreciate you giving me a ride. That's what friends are for, I say with a resigned tone. Dear Diary, my hope is dashed. I overheard Jayden say I'm definitely in the friend zone. I guess I should be happy with that, but I'm also a little disappointed. I just feel alone and empty and want to wallow in self-despair for a bit. I'll be better tomorrow. Friend zone. At least I now know where we stand. Friends share Twix bars, and I'll take it. It's sweeter than nothing. Chapter 9. It's so sweet. Caden wipes his lips with the back of his hand as he plops into the passenger seat of our car. What are you drinking? I ask as I wait for him to buckle up. I pulled the car out of the garage, and he came out through the front door to join me. Hot cocoa. Caden turns on his seat heater. Even though Mom tells him to pack his winter gear, he never does. Caden wears shorts to school in below freezing temperatures and never brings a coat or gloves with him to school. I'm quite the opposite and have a bag of extra winter gear in the trunk. You have a pink mug. I back the car out of the driveway. My Secret Santa left it for me. Caden takes another sip. You're doing the scoop it good Secret Santa? I do a double take at Caden. He's not the Secret Santa type and can't even remember my birthday. Yeah. Caden takes another drink. I'm pretty sure Mom has me. This mug was on the front porch. There was a note, but it must have gotten wet. All I could read was Secret Santa, but she knows I go out the front door to get in the car and the cocoa was still warm. Sounds like Mom, I say. I don't have you. Who do you have? Caden sticks the pink insulated travel mug in the cup holder. I have Vicky, I reply. Have you gotten your Secret Santa anything yet? Knowing my brother like I do, Jayden won't get anything unless he's reminded a few hundred times. My brothers rely on me to oversee gifts for birthdays, Christmas, anniversaries, Mother's Day, and Father's Day. "Can you help me?" Jayden asks with his little brother pleading voice. "I have Jayden." "Fine," I say in a gruff voice. Even if Jayden didn't have Jayden, I'd help. "But you'll owe me." "Thanks," Jayden says. "I'll show you his form, but I'm pretty sure you already know what he likes." Do I? Because at one time I thought Jayden liked me as more than a friend. "You're going to love what we're doing today," Jayden says when I walk and scoop it good. Jayden is behind the counter wearing a company t-shirt in a bold blue color, which complements the orange undertones in his skin. The t-shirt clings to him as if it's a size too small, but I'm not going to complain. "Aren't we helping up front?" I ask. Vicky shakes her head with a smile. "Change of plans. Your mom went overboard with the gingerbread houses." "How'd you get here so fast?" I ask Jayden as I head behind the counter. "I have an open class last period," Jayden replies. "Now that soccer is over, I have permission to leave early to help here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today was my first day to leave early." "Oh," I say, slightly shocked because I thought this would have been something you would have told me. "That's great." "Come on." Jayden grips my elbow and gently pulls me toward the back room. "I need to drop something off quick," I say with a gesture of my head at the break room. "Ah," Jayden nods. "Secret Santa business. I did mine earlier." "Yeah," I reply. "I'll join you in a minute." I quickly run in, deposit a small gift in Vicky's stocking, and check mine. It's empty, but at least I'm lucky enough to not have Vicky walk in on me while I put a gift in her stocking. It's only a couple of minutes before I rejoin Jayden in the workroom. "How many are there?" My eyes widen. At least a dozen gingerbread house kits sit before me. I lean over the table to look at the different boxes. There are a variety of shapes and sizes of houses. "We're going to work on decorating and assembling these today and Thursday," Jayden says. "Your mom wants us to set them up in the front before the nostalgic gingerbread house workshop this weekend." Nostalgia. I repeat and pick up a kit of tiny houses to examine it. Most people in Little Banks can afford to hire a renowned pastry chef to make and design a custom gingerbread house, but leave it to my mom to use the inexpensive pre-made kits. You can't put a price on old-fashioned fun. "How many kits did she get?" I ask. "Too many," Jayden says. "We can pick our favorites and start with those. We don't have to do them all. There will be extras for the workshop." "It's a good idea," I say. "There are always some with broken pieces." "I know which one you'll want to do first," Jayden says with a curious smile on his face. My eyes rove over the boxes on the table again and then land on Jayden. "Which one?" Jayden's face lights up like a little kid with a secret who can't keep it any longer. "This one." He pulls out a box from behind his back and holds it out to me. "It's pink, your favorite color." It is. I take the box and a huge smile breaks out on my face. Because nothing says Christmas like a glitter chateau made of pink sugar cookie. "Do you like it?" Jayden asks. His look is so hopeful. It reminds me of making Christmas ornaments in elementary school and presenting them to my parents, hopeful they'd put them on the tree with the expensive ornaments. "I do," I say as I turn the box over to look at the contents. "It's perfect." "I'm going to start with the barn." Jayden holds up a box and can't stop grinning like a little kid on Christmas morning. I tear the pink chateau box open. We'd better get started if we only have today and Thursday to do this. I situate myself on the opposite end of the work table from Jayden, with enough friend zone buffer to have room to assemble our houses. "This is not as easy as the directions make it look," Jayden says as he holds two edges of the barn together. He lets go and they fall apart. "Perhaps we need a system," I say. "Assemble houses today and decorate on Thursday?" "You frost and I'll hold," Jayden says. This means I need to go around the table and stand next to Jayden. While my mind shouts, "Friends," my body wants to kick a ball out of the friend zone and into some other zone, and my heart aches because it's stuck in the middle. I'm all business as Jayden and I settle into an assembly line of gingerbread construction. "This doesn't seem to be working," Jayden comments as he holds the base of a house in place while I get ready to put a roof on. Either the frosting isn't sticky enough or we're not waiting long enough, I say as I gingerly place the roof on top. We're going to have a demolition site rather than a village. You have some frosting on your cheek. Jayden's eyes are inches from mine as we both lean over the house. His gaze drops to my cheek, my lips, and then back to my eyes. I brush my cheek with my shoulder while I hold the pieces in place. I can't let go of the roof. Did I get it? Jayden shakes his head and removes his hands from the base of the house. I'll get it. Jayden reaches out and softly touches my cheek with his fingers. They brush across my skin and fill me with the warmth of a fresh-baked cookie. It takes everything in me to not close my eyes and sigh. My heart pinches like someone squeezing a tube of icing. Friends, friends, friends. This is the guy who dropped me without a word. This is the guy who wants me to forget the past and move on. This is the guy who is friend-zoning me. This isn't working, Jayden says as his hand remains on my cheek. Huh? I lift my eyes to look at Jayden as my heart flutters in anticipation. The frosting, Jayden replies. The pieces aren't sticking together. Oh. I look down at the house. As if we asked for a distraction, the gingerbread house we assemble collapses into a heap of dried cookie. Jayden's fingers drop off my flushed cheek. Jayden blows air out of his pursed lips. This is harder than it looks. In more than one way. Nothing a little hot glue won't fix, I say and brush my hands off. Hot glue? Jayden separates the collapsed pieces. We're not going to be eating these, and they'll go together faster with hot glue. I turn away from the table, thankful I'll get a moment away to clear my head. I'll be back. I flinch at my comment, and when I lift my eyes, something else distracts me. What happened to Ernest? I ask and point at what I think is the messed-up elf. Oh, Jayden chuckles. I know you wanted him to disappear, but it didn't feel right to kidnap your mom's screwed-up elf. Instead, I gave him a makeover. He looks so good, I gush. Not scary at all. The previously scary elf now looks beach-ready and relaxed in sunglasses, a brimmed hat, Hawaiian shirt, and board shorts. He reminds me of the Charlie Brown Christmas tree, Jayden says. He's not such a bad little elf. He's not a bad elf at all, really. He just needs a little love. And with that comment, I'm more done than baked gingerbread. A thrill of hope runs through me. If a little makeover can transform Ernest the elf, then maybe the same can be done for my heart. It flutters like tinsel in the wind. I find the hot glue gun, and we return to assembling the houses. Jayden removes pieces of another house for us to start assembling. Your mom said she might start changing Ernest's outfits along with moving him to different places in the shop. The outfits are improvements, I say. I think it's his eyes which freak me out. I could hot glue his sunglasses on to make them permanent. I've always thought you have the prettiest eyes. Jayden hands me a rough piece. I like how they go from a pretty brown to a green in the middle. My fingers twitch while I squeeze a line of hot glue onto the edges. I'm not sure how to handle his comment. Ta-da! I remove my hands from the roof. One more done. We make a good team, Jayden says. Yeah. I have to be a good team player, and that means being content with whatever part of the field we end up on. I can't be disappointed if it's the friend zone. Dear Diary, I always think I'm stuck in the middle, but maybe I'm not. Being in the middle means there are directions. Right, left, up, down. I've been choosing to stay stuck in the middle, but I can also choose a direction to go. I need to choose to move somewhere, and I want to choose to go right into Jayden's arms, but I don't think that's an option. What's in another direction? Chapter 10. Ernest the Elf's makeover inspires me. In my quest of avoiding Jayden and staying hidden, I neglected all the things which once made me feel pretty. When you're dropped for a long-legged beauty like Bianca, it doesn't do much for your self-esteem. But if a deranged elf can undergo a Charlie Brown makeover, then I can too. On Wednesday, I take a few extra minutes to add beachy waves to my hair with the curling iron, swipe on some mascara, and put on some lip gloss. "Look at you," Mom says when I stop by the shop for a quick visit Wednesday afternoon. Jayden isn't here, and I plan to drop off Caden's Secret Santa gift for him. I stayed up last night to make it. I sweep my hair over my shoulder with a hand. "I just curled my hair and put on some makeup," I say. It's not like it's a life-changing event. Mom gives me one of her motherly smiles, with lips pressed together and a knowing look in her eye. "That's not what I'm talking about. I always think you're beautiful, but you have your spark back." I make a grumbling noise and twist the small treat bag in my hand. Mom and her spark talk. It's enough to spark me into belligerent teenager territory. "I don't know what you're talking about." "It's joy." Mom points an ice cream scoop at me. I hope she doesn't break into her Scoop It Good song. "You have joy again." "I guess I'm happy," I say. "You're supposed to be during the Christmas season, aren't you?" "Happiness isn't the same as joy." Mom looks up from a bowl of ice cream she scoops. "Happiness is a byproduct of pleasant circumstances. You're happy when good things happen." She holds out a small bowl of ice cream. I set the treat bag on the counter and take the bowl. "Like ice cream, it makes me happy," I say. Mom smiles. "When it's good ice cream." I take a bite and swallow. "This is good. It makes me happy." The ice cream has a light peppermint flavor with chocolate ribbons. Mom agrees, and I know she has more to say. She has her motherly lecture look on. "Happiness comes and goes. People think more riches, more beauty, more success, more of this and more of that will make them happy, but when they achieve it..." Mom pauses as if reflecting on something in her past. "What happens?" "They want more," I say, and hold out the bowl. Mom only gave me a tiny scoop. "Like I want more ice cream." Mom takes my bowl and starts to scoop another small portion. "But I see joy in you again. Joy is being content in every situation, whether it's good or bad. It's like love. I love you and your brothers, whether you're good or bad. I prefer you to be good, but I love you just the same." "Oh." I take another taste of the ice cream after Mom hands the bowl back to me. Peppermint sparks my taste buds. Joy is being content with friend zone, end zone, middle zone, and no zone. I let a broken heart steal my joy, and now the joy is sparking back to life. "Secret Santa delivery?" Mom takes my bowl after I finish and hands me the treat bag. "I'm helping Caden," I say. I place the treats in the stocking in the break room. Jayden's name is stitched in a whirling script across the front, and I run my fingers over it. He's the one who broke my heart, but he's also the one sparking the joy again. The next day, when I arrive at Scoop It Good, Jayden is in the workroom decorating gingerbread houses. "I hope you don't mind I started without you." Jayden doesn't even look up because he's focused on his task. His bottom lip is tucked in, small creases ridge the area between his eyebrows, and he squeezes a tube of red frosting with clenched hands. "I swear a kindergartner could do better than me." I chuckle and take a seat across the work table from Jayden. "I think you're doing fine." "The icing keeps running, the candies don't always stick, and I can't shape fondant into a square." Jayden sets his tube of frosting down, shoots me a cute, exasperated look, and grabs a familiar treat bag. He jams his hand into it and pulls out a chocolate pretzel. "But I can eat. I'm good at eating, and my Secret Santa is the best." "Did you get those in your stocking?" I ask. Jayden chews and nods. "Oh my gosh, these are the best." He pulls one out of his bag and holds it up for me to see. I made them, but I try not to let on I know what they are. "I said I like chocolate-covered pretzel rods, but these are even better because you can shove a whole one in your mouth." Jayden demonstrates by popping a chocolate pretzel in his mouth. They were easy to make, and it's a pleasure to see how enjoyable they are to Jayden. Cue the spark of joy and one of happiness. All I did was melt squares of chocolate, stick a tiny twist pretzel in each square, and then sprinkle Christmas-colored nonpareils in each pretzel opening for a little added crunch and color. "They look tasty," I say. "Here." Jayden grabs one from the bag and holds it out. "Open up." Rather than hand me the chocolate pretzel, he places it in my mouth. I close my lips around the sweet and salty treat. I may have said Jayden owes me big time, but whatever. It brings me joy to make Jayden happy. That's good, I say. It's genius, Jayden says and eats another one. Have you gotten anything from your Secret Santa? I head to the sink to wash my hands. Not in my stocking. It's strange I haven't gotten anything yet, but it's only been a week. I turn to grab an apron off the hook and laugh at the sight. What do you think? Jayden asks. He approaches me from behind and his hands touch mine as I try to tie the apron behind me. Jayden takes over tying the strings as I look at Ernest the elf. Did you do this? I point to Ernest. He's dressed in a pink bunny suit reminiscent of Ralphie in A Christmas Story. I couldn't love it more. Your mom got the suit. I only helped change Ernest, Jayden says as he finishes tying my apron. Better Ernest than me in the suit, I say. She said something about me dressing up as a pink bunny. I think you'd look cute, Jayden says as he adjusts where Ernest sits on a hook. You look pretty in pink. I smooth the front of the apron down and head over to the work table while a flush as pink as the bunny suit spreads across my cheeks. I should start with the pink frosting on the chateau. I head to where the pink sugar cookie house is set up on the table. We have quite an organized mess going on. I know we used hot glue in these houses. Jayden grabs a gumdrop and slathers some frosting on the bottom. But have you ever eaten a gingerbread house? Not unless I want to break a tooth, I say. I'd rather make cookies to eat, but I'm not opposed to trying the candy. I reach across and take a gumdrop from the pile in front of Jayden and throw it in my mouth. Hey, Jayden exclaims with a grin. I was going to put that one on the roof. Quality control, I say after I chew. I squeeze a fine line of pink around a window on the chateau. You do have to test the candy. I think I'd rather test ice cream with you, Jayden says. My hand inadvertently squeezes the frosting a little too hard, and it comes out in a huge blob. I'm surprised at Jayden's comment, but also at the idea he sparks in me. Gingerbread house ice cream, I blurt out, with pieces of gingerbread and these candies. I wave a hand excitedly over the items on the table. I'm going to have to experiment with that next week when we don't have school. Can I help? Jayden asks. We can make it a date. Dear Diary, he said we can make it a date. What does that even mean? I'm afraid to get my hopes up thinking it's an actual date. I should keep my expectations low, because whenever I get them up, there's something to set me in my place. Friends. Isn't that what we're supposed to be trying for? Jayden grabs a gumdrop and slathers some frosting on the bottom. But have you ever eaten a gingerbread house? Not unless I want to break a tooth, I say. I'd rather make cookies to eat, but I'm not opposed to trying the candy. I reach across and take a gumdrop from the pile in front of Jayden and throw it in my mouth. Hey, Jayden exclaims with a grin. I was going to put that one on the roof. Quality control, I say after I chew. I squeeze a fine line of pink around a window on the chateau. You do have to test the candy. I think I'd rather test ice cream with you, Jayden says. My hand inadvertently squeezes the frosting a little too hard, and it comes out in a huge blob. I'm surprised at Jayden's comment, but also at the idea he sparks in me. Gingerbread house ice cream, I blurt out, with pieces of gingerbread and these candies. I wave a hand excitedly over the items on the table. I'm going to have to experiment with that next week when we don't have school. Can I help? Jayden asks. We can make it a date. Dear Diary, he said we can make it a date. What does that even mean? I'm afraid to get my hopes up in thinking it's an actual date. I should keep my expectations low, because whenever I get them up, there's something to set me in my place. Friends, isn't that what we're supposed to be trying for? Chapter 11. You and Jayden are going to be alone at the ice cream store. Mom wiggles her eyebrows at me Sunday afternoon. Anything you want to tell me? We're friends, I say. Jayden may have said we can make it a date, but I know it's not meant to be an actual date. Or we're something. I slump into a chair next to Mom where she wraps some small gifts. She has assistants who would do this, but she loves getting involved in all things Christmassy. We're just going to make ice cream together. Mom's lips pinch together. Like I evaded Jayden before, I avoided telling anyone what happened between Jayden and me. It doesn't make me feel any better to tell people Jayden ghosted me and dropped me for Bianca. It's not a big deal, I say as I grab some curling ribbon. It twists around my fingers and makes me think of Jayden holding my hand. He once held my hand, and there's a spark of remembrance at the feeling he invoked in me. I'm content with whatever. A small smile creeps up on Mom's face as she runs ribbon along the edge of the scissors in her hand. I twist to look at her and notice her eyes glistening. You're the one kid I don't have to worry too much about, Mom says. You've got a quality the boys don't. I shake my head in disbelief. But I'm not athletic like Walden or as smart as Caden, and definitely not anywhere near as popular. I'm just stuck in the middle. Sometimes the middle is the best place to be, Mom says. You're never alone. I never thought of it like that. I tie a sloppy bow with a piece of ribbon. You're the glue that holds things together, Mom says and gives my hand a pat. If it weren't for me, I can guarantee you wouldn't get a thing for Christmas. Even Dad relies on me, I say. I know you listen to me when I tell you what I want, Mom says. Your dad always hears something other than what I say, and the boys don't hear it all. If I ask for no fighting for Christmas, they fight. I chuckle. Walden and Caden don't make it easy, but it's always memorable. Walden, jeez, that kid. Mom gets a little aggressive with the ribbon curling. Sneaking out, doing risky things, and I have no idea how he got through dream prep. If it weren't for hockey, that kid wouldn't have gotten into college. You know he sneaked out? I knot the piece of ribbon in my fingers. He wasn't as quiet as a mouse, Mom replies. I caught him a couple of times, and Caden is too smart for his own good. That kid needs to put it toward good and not evil. He's not so bad, I say. He just likes to test things. Like me, Mom exclaims and then smiles. And I know you get down sometimes. I see it, even if you don't talk about it. But you have a way of pulling yourself out of it and finding a glimmer of hope. That's why I know you'll be okay. Yeah, well... I glance at the time on my phone. Speaking of a glimmer of hope, I have a date. I suppose I should head to Jayden's now. I'll be back for dinner. Or not. Mom keeps her eyes on her task. You two could go out. I'll be back, I say, and pat Mom on the shoulder as I stand. I may have a glimmer of hope, but Mom has a sleigh full of it. Hope blossoms like a poinsettia when Jayden opens the door. Hey, he says with a smile. His smile should be saved for holidays. It's brighter than a Christmas light display and louder than a chorus. Jordan! Mrs. Thomas's voice carries from upstairs to the front door. Take care of it, son, or you'll not see the light of day until school starts again. I scrunch my face up. Bad time? Good time to escape. Jayden grabs my hand and pulls me into the house. Mom is on a tear because she's been telling Jordan to clean up his room for weeks. She won't let the housekeepers do it for him because it's such a mess. Then she found mouse poop in his room. Mouse poop? I make a cringing face. Shh. Jayden puts a finger to his lips and pulls me into their garage. He shuts the door behind me. It's pieces of black rice. Mom got fed up at Jordan not cleaning his room. She put the rice in a corner of his room, pointed it out to Jordan. He freaked and started cleaning. Then Mom found his missing phone in his room,
What she said was taken, and yeah, not good. He's probably grounded all Thanksgiving break.
Yikes, I say as Jayden holds the passenger door to his car open for me.
I'm glad we're escaping to make ice cream,
Jayden says before he closes the door behind me. The store is closed on Sundays, and since it's not rented out for a private function today, we have the entire shop to ourselves. I flick on the lights after unlocking and opening the door. We should check our stockings, I say. Caden stopped by yesterday during the gingerbread house and ice cream tasting workshop. He dropped off a small gift I ordered for Jayden.
Awesome.
Jayden twirls a soccer ball keychain around his finger after he digs it out. He steps up next to me as I rummage in my bag for the gift I made Vicky. Jayden's closeness makes my body fire like a sparkler shooting sparks in the dark.
Are you my secret Santa?
He asks and nudges my shoulder with his. No. I pinch my lips together in an effort to vanquish the way he makes me feel. It's scary, like getting on the ice for the first time when ice skating. Falling for Jayden could mean another wipeout. I have Vicky. I stick a gift into Vicky's stocking and then dig a hand into mine. It's empty.
Have you gotten anything from your secret Santa?
Jayden's eyebrows draw together. Not yet. I turn and throw my bag on the table.
Huh.
Jayden pockets the keychain.
Maybe you'll get stuff later.
Should we get started? I ask and head to the kitchen. The whir of the blender drowns out any conversation as sugar, cream, milk, tempered eggs, and gingerbread cookies combine. It's like my brain where different emotions whirl together in a blizzard of uncertainty.
What are we going to do with this ice cream?
Jayden asks as I take the container of liquid ice cream off the base. Eat it, I reply. I'll leave some for my mom to try. If she likes it, more will be made to sell. Jayden takes the container from me and dumps it into the small ice cream maker. I hand him a spatula and admire his flexing triceps as he scrapes ice cream down the sides and into the machine. Yummy.
What would your dream Christmas look like?
Jayden sets the container down and looks at me. I hope he didn't see me staring at him. I take the container and spatula to the sink to give us some distance, but Jayden follows me.
Describe your dream Christmas.
Jayden puts his forearms on the counter, leans over them, and tilts his chin my way. His gaze reminds me of hot chocolate searing my tongue. It's so good you want to drink more, but the burning of your taste buds makes you question it. I meet his gaze and drink it in. Quiet and peaceful, I say. My mom loves all the bustle and activities at Christmas, and it's great, but I like the moment on Christmas Eve when all is quiet and dark. When everyone is asleep, I like to sneak down in the dark to watch the lights twinkle on the tree, and to step out into the cold to watch the stars. Even with everyone asleep, and even if I'm all alone, I know I'm surrounded by people who love me. Peace and love. I smile to myself. That's my dream Christmas.
Wow.
Jayden stands straight.
I meant, like, what gifts and what things you like to do, but that's...
Jayden keeps his hot chocolate look on me, and I turn my eyes to the sink when his gaze starts to burn me. It's stupid, I say.
No,
Jayden says.
It's beautiful, like...
I miss what Jayden says when I turn on the water to rinse the container. I'm tempted to splash myself with water to cool me down. Oh! I glance at the ice cream machine, which churns away. We need to add the mix-ins to the ice cream while it's starting to harden.
I loved when we used to lie outside on the grass during the summer and watch the stars. Do you remember the meteor shower?
Jayden asks. He walks behind me as I head to the ice cream machine. Oh, wonder of wonders. The meteor shower was the night before we kissed. I do, I say in a soft voice and pinch my lips together. I need something to hold me together now, something stronger than hot glue and stickier than the gumdrops I reach for.
I haven't forgotten it,
Jayden says and places his hand on my lower back. The unexpected sensation of his hand on me causes my body to flinch, and in a not surprising action, the container of gumdrops in my hand also jerks and gumdrops fly into the air. Jayden chuckles and bends to pick up the gumdrops.
You seem to make it cascade rainbows of candy whenever I'm with you.
Yeah, well... I let a large breath of air leave my lungs as I squat to help Jayden. I'm always a mess.
Jayden chuckles. You're the best kind of mess. You always make me laugh.
I swallow hard at his comment, and it feels like a gumdrop is lodged in my throat instead of squeezed in my hand.
I toss it in the container and reach for another one. Hey, Linny. Jayden places his hand over mine on the floor. I stop picking up gumdrops to lift my eyes to his. My pulse increases, and Jayden must feel the rapid beating through the veins in my hand. Jayden's eyes drift to my lips and back to my eyes, and I can't miss the mood surrounding all of this. Then again, I could. It wouldn't be the first time I misread or misunderstood something. Can I? Jayden starts. Oh, hi! Vicky's voice causes Jayden and I to back away from each other and hastily grab gumdrops. I didn't know anyone else was going to be here. I jump up and deposit gumdrops in a trash can. We're trying out a new flavor. We won't be long. Vicky's eyes dart between Jayden and me. Do I look as guilty as she looks? I'm sorry, Vicky says. I didn't want to interrupt. I can come back another time. I was going to try to get ahead on some batches before Thanksgiving. No. My hands wave around like turtle doves taking flight. We just need to add the mix-ins, and then we're about done. You go ahead. I need to get home soon anyways. Jayden stands up, and his lips press tight into a grimace. I'm not sure what he's disappointed about. We finish the ice cream and package it up before Jayden drives me home. He pulls into my driveway, puts his car in park, and turns to me. You're staying around for Thanksgiving? Jayden asks. Yep, I reply. I'm confused about what happened between us at the shop. I'm a jumble of Christmas lights all tangled together, and I don't know if anyone will be able to unravel me. It's best to toss the mess and deal with it another day. Rather than stay stuck in the middle, I make a choice. I head in the direction which seems the least painful. I open the door to leave. Thanks for helping me, I say, and grip the container of ice cream in my hand. Make sure you try yours later. Maybe we can do it together? A slow smile builds on Jayden's face. Maybe. I close the door and head to my house, but not before I look back at Jayden. His eyes follow me, and the seductive smile on his face makes me regret my choice. I should have invited him in rather than leaving. Chapter 12. Dream Prep Academy has the entire week off school for Thanksgiving. And what do I do with my free time? I constantly dwell on what is happening with Jayden and wondering if he'll contact me. Mom does her best to keep me busy with Thanksgiving and Christmas stuff. Jayden doesn't volunteer at the shop during break, but I help, which only makes me linger on thoughts of Jayden even more. The day before Thanksgiving rolls around. I haven't heard from Jayden since our ice cream date, but I also haven't contacted him. My older brother Walden flies in Wednesday afternoon, and my family celebrates Thanksgiving on Thursday. On Friday, we're back to Christmas season. Even though Mom could make a lot of money the day after Thanksgiving, she closes the store the entire weekend and gives the employees a paid vacation to enjoy time with their families. Walden walks in the kitchen Friday morning, where I sit at the island reading a book and eating a bowl of cereal. He has a brown, full beard now, and I'm not sure how I feel about it, as I've never seen him with one. He has a hockey bag slung over his shoulder and wears a jersey. You and Caden going to play hockey, I ask? A little pickup game with some of his teammates, Walden says. Walden also played hockey for his required Dream Prep Academy athletic team. He's a spectacular player and has a scholarship to play in college. I'm on the crew team in the spring, and as usual, mediocre and in the middle. Have fun, I say. It's family night tonight. We're decorating the tree, and I'm sure you can guess what Dad has planned. I need to get a girlfriend and go to her house next year, Walden says in a joking voice. What about you? Don't you have any plans with friends? I hold up my book. I've got all the friends I need right here. Walden shakes his head in mock disgust as the doorbell rings. Expecting a delivery? He asks. I don't think so, I reply with a shrug, but you never know with Mom. Walden heads to the door, and I dig back into my cereal and book. We may have a private chef prepare meals most days, but other days we're on our own, and I'm never opposed to a bowl of cereal. It reminds me of Second Chance ice cream. Jayden, good to see you, I hear Walden say. I drop my spoon and jump out of the stool faster than someone removing their finger from a hot chestnut roasting over an open fire. Scurrying like a mouse, I slink up and position myself around the corner to not be seen. Jayden pauses, and I imagine he's looking around for me. I just wanted to check if there was a delivery of cupcakes Wednesday night and, note. Backed against the wall, my heart starts to bounce around like a kid on Christmas morning. Yeah, there were cupcakes, but I don't remember a note. Walden replies. Cupcakes? Did Linnea get them? I've been leaving Secret Santa gifts for her, and she says she hasn't gotten any. I left a note with this one, and I thought I would have heard something from her by now. Jayden sounds nervous. Is she here? Hold up a sugar cookie minute. What cupcakes? What note? Oh, dude, sorry. Walden says. I ate the cupcakes, and I didn't see a note. Well, that explains why I haven't heard from her. Jayden says. Maybe it's better she didn't get the note. If there were cupcakes in front of Walden, he wouldn't notice if the box was on fire. A note stands no chance against him. I scurry to the garbage can, and sure enough, after some digging, I find an empty pastry box with remnants of pink frosting. I grab the box and twist it around. When I flip it upside down, a small envelope is stuck to the bottom. I pull it off and find my name written on the outside. With jittery fingers, I open it and read the letter written on pink paper. Linnea, since we're doing nostalgic things, I thought I'd be old-fashioned and handwrite you a letter. I loved when you used to write me notes. I've enjoyed the time we've spent together lately. You're fun to be with, and I want to continue to have fun with you. You make me smile and laugh like no other girl can. Being near you makes me happy. I want to make you happy, if you'll let me. I know you said you wanted nothing to do with me, but I'm hoping that feeling has disappeared. If you're willing, I'd like you to give me a second chance to be more than your friend. I'd like to be your boyfriend. Love, Jayden. My heart swells to 3 times its normal size, and I sigh in delight. I don't care Walden ate the cupcakes. This note is the most precious thing I've received. I glance at the pink paper again and reread a line. Then I race back out to the foyer. Wait! I yell as Walden is about to close the door behind Jayden. I rush out to the front porch. When did I ever say I wanted nothing to do with you? Jayden turns to see me waving the pink paper in my hand. He squints at me. That day. Jayden glances over my shoulder to Walden, who stands in the open door. When we kissed, I came back after practice, and Walden answered the door. He said you didn't want to have anything to do with me, and I'd be better off staying away. What? I turn with a dropped jaw to Walden. Walden holds his hands up and shakes his head. I never said that. Someone is on the naughty list, but I'm not sure who. What exactly happened? I asked Jayden. I came to the door, Walden answered. I think he was on the phone, and then he said, she doesn't want to have anything to do with you, and you're better off staying away. And then I turned and left. Jayden steps closer to me. I swear, that's the truth. Oh, Walden groans. I think I remember that day. I wasn't talking to you. What? I rush at my brother and swat him with the letter in my hand. What did you do? That was before I left for college, right? Walden grabs my hands to stop my swatting and looks out to Jayden. Yeah? Jayden replies. Sorry. Walden winces. I was on the phone with Augie, who wanted to go after a certain model we went to school with, and I was telling him he didn't stand a chance with her. I must have been saying it when I opened the door, and by the time I got off with Augie, you... Walden points to Jayden. You were headed back down the road. I groan and swat Walden. And I thought he was ghosting me. And I thought you rejected me, Jayden says and steps next to me. I was hurt, and Bianca had been hitting on me pretty strongly at practice. When she messaged me about going on a date, I accepted, and then, well, a year goes by. I fill in, all because of my stupid brother. I swat Walden again. Hey! He holds up his arms to defend himself from my swats, which aren't hurting him. You two should have talked this out and figured this out sooner. How were we supposed to know? I swat Walden yet again. And you ate my cupcakes. There was a note, and I never would have known. Honest mistake, he says. Did you get any of my Secret Santa gifts? Jayden asks. No, I shake my head. None. What happened to the pink chocolates? Jayden asks. I swivel my head to Walden. Pink chocolates? That wasn't me. Walden's head shakes side to side. Why is the front door open? Caden steps onto the porch. You guys are letting all the cold air in. Mom doesn't like that. It was a box of chocolates with pink frosting roses, Jayden says, and ignores my younger brother's arrival. You mean the ones Mom was eating the other day? Caden asks and joins the conversation. What? I turn to my younger brother. Jayden's expression drops. What about the pink tumbler with hot chocolate? Caden! I exclaim. That was for me. My bad. Caden's face squishes. But in my defense, I couldn't read much on the card other than Secret Santa. You're my Secret Santa? I ask Jayden. I want to throw my arms out and spin like a jewelry box ballerina. This news is more thrilling than 5 golden rings. Jayden lets his head drop back and then returns his eyes to me. I know we're not supposed to do the reveal until the week of Christmas, but I couldn't wait. I needed to know how you felt. I've been sending all these things hoping you'd figure it out with me, and then you didn't mention any of the gifts. Because I didn't know I got any? I throw accusing glares at my brothers. Did you get... Jayden starts. Why are you all standing on the front porch in the cold? Are you practicing to go caroling? Mom asks as she walks up. Am I missing something? Dad now joins us. Did anyone else in this family get a Secret Santa gift? I ask. Or some sort of gift they don't know where it came from? Eyes rove around each other. Pale pink roses. Jayden says. That was the other one. Ah. I turn to face Jayden with a soft look on my face. Really? Mom spots at Dad. It clearly runs in the family. You told me those were from you. Busted. Dad lifts up his hands in a surrendering position. I had no idea where the flowers came from. There was no card. Dad faces Mom. You walked in and asked who they were for, and I said they were for you. You owe me and Linnea flowers, Mom says and playfully swats Dad again. Great. I throw my hands up and then back down. I still hold the letter from Jayden. My entire family unknowingly conspires against me and throws me in the middle of a huge mix-up. What mix-up? Mom asks. Jayden edges toward me with a small smile on his face. His pinky brushes against mine, and a rush of blazing heat soars through me. His finger is still touching mine. I guess those two? Walden points at Jayden, and then me. They seemed to like each other, but each thought the other hated them. Because of you, I exclaim. It was a huge misunderstanding, Walden says. It wasn't intentional. Misunderstandings happen. Mom nods her head in agreement. It happens in a lot of holiday romance movies. This is not a movie, I say. Jayden's finger wraps around mine the tiniest bit. Oh, holy night. The soft touch of his finger ignites me alive and makes me a believer in the soul-mate spark. This is my life. Is there a happy ending? Mom asks. The twinkle in her eye is exactly like the one you hear Santa having. I hope so, Jayden says, his eyes on me as if I'm the only one here. But I'm not. My family surrounds us. The one time I want to be alone, and I'm trapped in the middle. Guys? I throw an imploring look at my family. They had better be able to understand. Where is the mistletoe when you need it? Mom asks and starts to push Dad in the house. Come on, boys. I need some, help with, something. Actually, I need to. Jayden is interrupted by a horn honking. Oh, look, it's your dad. My dad smiles and waves at Mr. Thomas in his car at the end of the driveway. Mr. Thomas waves back and looks at Jayden through the passenger window. He points at the watch on his wrist. I have to go, Jayden says, and his lips turn down. But I'll come back later. I freeze at those last words. Dear Diary, he likes me as more than a friend. This is the best day ever, but only if he comes back. Chapter 13. The agony of waiting while fantastic emotions rush through your body is a delightful torture. I hastily toss an ornament on the tree. Careful, Linnea. Mom scolds and rearranges a baby's first ornament. This will be yours someday. Even though this is a family activity, it doesn't matter how any of us put an ornament on the tree, Mom will rearrange it later. I check my phone again. Jayden has been texting me on and off all day while he's at a charity function at the Willowbanks Country Club. We're real texting and not using the Dreamspace app. We're back to real private texts. The doorbell chimes. I chuck the ornament in my hand at the tree, hurtle over the couch, and dart for the door like I'm trying to catch Santa in the act of leaving presents. I never once caught Santa when I was a kid. It was a complete mystery how the presents ended up under the tree. "Linnea!" Mom yells after me. I open the door to find our dinner takeout delivery, not Jayden. I'm not as fast on the return trip, and I think I tweaked something in my back with vaulting over the couch. "Set it on the table," Mom calls from the family room. "Let's finish the tree, and then we'll have dinner. Then we'll bake the cookie dough, and then we'll watch a movie and drink hot cocoa, and then to finish we'll—" "Snuggle," the rest of my family yells. I'm all for our running joke with Mom, but I really want to snuggle with someone else, and I'm getting impatient. My phone chimes with a text, and I drop the bag of food on the table. "Jayden, I think the only way I'm getting out of here is if Grandma gets run over by a reindeer." Me. "As long as you're not standing me up." Jayden, "I'm coming back for you." Me. "I'll make sure Walden doesn't answer the door this time." Jayden, "Sorry, I'll let you know when I'm headed back, but it's going to be late." Me. "Okay." "Linnea," Mom hollers, "come help me finish up the tree." We finish the tree, eat dinner, bake cookies from a tube of cookie dough, and settle in to watch a movie together. It looks like an idyllic family night, but we're not without our messes and grumblings. "Move your feet," Caden tells Walden as they sit opposite each other on part of the large sectional. "They stink." "Look who's talking," Walden says as he chucks a pillow at Caden. "Boys!" Mom hisses and turns up the volume on the Muppet Christmas Carol. I understand why she asked the boys to not fight as a gift. Dad digs into a bowl of jelly beans, which he always eats when we watch his favorite Christmas movie. While Mom has a billion traditions, Dad's one tradition is to have us watch the Muppets every year, and he laughs obnoxiously at every Rizzo the Rat scene. I suck on a pink peppermint candy cane and snuggle up with a warm blanket as Miss Piggy plays Mrs. Cratchit and fluffs her curls. My phone vibrates, and I discreetly check it under the cover of the blanket. "Jayden, just got home. Can I come over?" Me. "Meet you out front." I glance at my family. Dad laughs at the movie, Caden and Walden kick at each other while eating caramel corn, and Mom looks at me with a questioning look. "I'll be back," I whisper. "Invite him in," Mom says as I slink off the couch. I lean into the mirror on the wall near the front door and smooth my hair into place. I open my mouth into an O shape to rub candy cane residue off the corners of my lips and gasp. My tongue is pink, but not the normal pink of a tongue. It's blazing hot pink. I stick my tongue out and wiggle it to get a better look in the mirror. It's a pink of an unnatural color, and I swear it glows in the dark. "Meatloaf, schmeatloaf," I whisper and rub at my tongue with the sleeve of my sweatshirt. Just like the Cat in the Hat comes back, when a pink stain transfers to everything, including the snow, the pink of my tongue transfers to my sweatshirt. "No, no, no," I hiss under my breath as my phone chimes. "Jayden, I'm outside." I roll the cuff of my sleeve to cover the stain as my heart beats like the little drummer boy performing a solo. After a couple of deep breaths to try and calm myself, I open the door and step outside. Jayden is bathed in the glow of the Christmas lights. He's the only thing on my Christmas list this year. I don't need anything else, just the sky before me. "Hi." Jayden walks up the steps. "Nice slippers." "Oh." I look down at my feet and wiggle my toes. I forgot about my pink reindeer slippers. "Thanks." "I'm back." Jayden steps even closer to me. He reaches up and brushes my bangs across my forehead before he tucks a strand of hair behind my ear. The touch of his fingers is equivalent to a Polar Express load of sparklers being lit and going off in my body. "You look—" I need to find my words. Jayden looks better than a tree topper. "You look amazing." The way we're dressed shows the utter dynamics and differences in our popularity rungs. I'm in reindeer slippers, leggings, and a large Dream Prep Academy crew team sweatshirt. Jayden is in a fitted tuxedo with a bow tie, and I have never seen a guy look more stylish and handsome. "And you are adorable." Jayden's eyes don't leave mine, and he grips the edges of my sweatshirt at the waist. "Is that—" He points up to the dim ceiling with one hand. "Is that mistletoe?" the warm flush spreading across my face is courtesy of my mother. She must have hung it up after Jayden left. Even when she's not here, she can embarrass me. My mom, I stammer. Since we're under the mistletoe, Jayden is close enough I can smell peppermint on his breath. Can I kiss you? I nod, already breathless and unable to speak. I've been dreaming about this all day. Jayden's lips meet mine in the most perfect peppermint kiss. It's a little sweet and a little spicy at the same time and leaves you wanting more. This kiss is better than our first kiss, and I mold into Jayden like the pretzels I stuck in melted chocolate. An overhead light flicks on and surprises us both with the blinding spotlight. Sorry. I drop my chin and plant my forehead in Jayden's chest. He chuckles and the vibration soothes me. Any guess who it was? He asks. I shrug. Any one of my family is a likely culprit. I'd wager equally on all of them in their efforts to embarrass me. Do you want to come in? I ask. We're watching a movie. I'll let you finish your family night, but are you free tomorrow? Can I take you out on a date? Yes, I reply without a thought. I can't even remember what day of the week it is after kissing Jayden. Even if I'm not free tomorrow, I'll find a way to be. Dear Diary, best day ever. He kissed me. Chapter 14. I'm more excited than the person who sleeps in a Christmas onesie year-round. More thrilled than the people who play Christmas music the moment it comes on. More enthusiastic than someone who starts decorating on November 1st. And more eager than the people who love to wear ugly Christmas sweaters. To say I'm excited for my date with Jayden is a massive understatement. I'd even let my parents put my face on their Christmas card and publicly announce in their holiday letter I have a boyfriend. A boyfriend. Jayden really is my boyfriend now. He picks me up right on time, escorts me to his car, shuts the door behind me, and then climbs into the driver's seat. He is a perfect gentleman. Okay. Jayden smiles, and I hear every ounce of joy in it. You have to promise me something. Anything, I say without hesitation. No more mix-ups. We talk through everything. Jayden says, even if it is a tiny worry and you don't want to bother me with it, I want you to. I want you to tell me everything. Everything? I lift my eyebrows. Everything, Jayden repeats. Do you promise to tell me everything? I do, I say, though you might regret the day you mentioned this when you have to hear what I ate for breakfast for the 100th time. I will never tire of you telling me things, and I look forward to hearing what you have for breakfast. Jayden tilts his chin my way, and his eyes meet mine in a soft look. And someday, sharing breakfast with you. I suck my lips in and inhale through my nose. Jayden's already making me hotter than the bacon frying on Christmas morning, and it's only our first date. And you're going to tell me everything, too, I ask as Jayden backs out of the driveway. Like, where we're going? Yes, Jayden replies. You'll find out soon. I'm sorry, I say as Jayden drives out of our neighborhood. It was stupid of me to not talk to you after I heard you were going out with Bianca. I'm sorry, Jayden says. When I thought you didn't want to see me, I could have at least asked why. I regret jumping to Bianca without even talking to you. Oh, what a mess, I say. I really am sorry, and I won't make the same mistake with overhearing things and staying silent. Not much we can do about the past now, Jayden says. He reaches out to place his hand over mine on my lap. We just go from here. I like the direction we're headed, to dinner and beyond. Jayden brings me to Little D's barbecue for dinner. I know you like the hot wings here, Jayden says, and he takes my hand and helps me out of the car. Talk about hot. Jayden remembers a few of my favorite things. Hi, Jayden, Linnea. Sydney, a classmate of ours, greets us at the hostess desk. Sydney is sweeter than my mom's cheery cherry rolls, and her cheeks flush just as pink. Sydney is on the crew team with me and never fails to greet me. You working tonight? Jayden asks. Sydney's dad is a professional football player who started the barbecue restaurants after his retirement from the sport. I'm filling in as the hostess tonight, Sydney replies and glances down at Jayden's hand wrapped around mine. Would you two like the main area or a quieter place? Jayden looks at me with a silent question and I smile. Quieter, Jayden replies. I have the perfect spot for you, Sydney says. Follow me. Sydney leads us to a corner with a curved booth made for two. It's next to a window overlooking the river bluff. Christmas lights are strewn through the trees, and the soft glow lights up a walking path. It's perfect, thank you, Jayden says, and I notice Sydney point out something to him on the menu before she leaves. What else do you have planned for tonight? I ask. That's part of the surprise, because I'm not even quite sure. I only knew I wanted to take you out. Jayden's knee bumps mine and stays put next to it. You can get anything you like, but there is a date night platter. Would you want to get that with me? We can get hot wings with it. I glance at the menu. The date night platter has a sampling of appetizers, a choice of 2 main dishes, and 2 desserts to share. Sounds perfect, I say. After the waiter takes our order and leaves, Jayden turns to me. I was thinking, he starts. Jayden! A guy approaches the table and fist bumps Jayden. I recognize him as a former DPA soccer player who graduated last year. Nico, Jayden exclaims. It's good to see you. Are you back for Thanksgiving break? I twist the straw in my drink and wait patiently while the guys talk soccer in college. Nico gives me a quick glance. Are you still with Bianca? No. Jayden rapidly shakes his head and gestures to me. This is my girlfriend, Linnea. Oh, dude, sorry. Nico blanches. Don't worry about it, I say. Hearing Jayden call me his girlfriend has me floating in the clouds like I'm on Santa's sleigh. I can overlook the mention of Bianca, even if it pokes me like a pine needle. While Nico and Jayden talk, I excuse myself to use the restroom and come back to find Jayden sandwiched in the middle of my parents. Mom sits on one side of Jayden in the booth and Dad on the other. I approach the table and cross my arms over my chest. You have him trapped in the middle, I say with a hope this is purely a coincidence my parents are eating here too. The best things are always in the middle, Mom says and smiles. The filling in an Oreo, the cream or jelly in a donut, the inside of a sandwich, and Linnea, Jayden adds. And Linnea, Mom repeats with a grin. Everyone's sweet comments have me feeling lighter than the fluff in a donut. I didn't realize what a great place the middle can be. We wanted to apologize to Jayden for the mix-up in taking over his Secret Santa gifts, Dad says as he pushes himself out of the booth. He walks around the table and holds his hand out to Mom. And now I whisk your mother away before she embarrasses you by breaking out into song. Jingle bell, Mom starts to sing as Dad leads her away. I pinch my lips together when I see where my parents end up. They are within eyeshot and nearly earshot of us. I can hear Mom humming along to the song. While Mom flipped her Christmas switch on November 1st, the rest of Willowbanks flipped it the day after Thanksgiving. Christmas music plays over the sound system in Little D's, and the restaurant is subtly decorated for the holidays. Jayden twists in the seat my way. I wanted to... Jayden! Another former classmate makes his way over to our table. Is Willowbanks the place to spend the Thanksgiving holiday? I know Jayden is popular, but it's like he's Santa, and people are waiting in line to talk to him. I may be next to Jayden, but I'm not going to be the one who gets to sit in his lap. By the time this guy leaves, a waiter brings her food, and Mom waves at us when I catch her eye. This isn't exactly going how I hoped, Jayden says after another person stops by to say hi to him. I wanted to get us tickets to go to the holiday lights at the park, but it was sold out. I wanted to do something special with you, and we keep getting interrupted here. I set my fork down and turn to Jayden. Just being with you is special, I say. That sounds pretty cheesy, but I love it. Jayden smiles. I never really got to plan dates with well, everything was planned by someone else. We had to follow a schedule of events, and there were rules. I don't think it was regular dating. Oh. I pinch my lips together. He's talking about Bianca. I get to be regular dating to Jayden. You don't need to plan anything with me. We always had fun before without making special plans. It can be like that again. But better, Jayden adds. I want our first date to be something you remember. It already is, I say as Jayden takes my hand in his and squeezes it. My eyes shift to Mom, and she looks at us with swoony wide eyes. We really need to get out of here. We have the rest of the food boxed up and find out our bill has already been paid. I have a good guess of who paid it. Mom wiggles her fingers in a little wave at us as we walk past my parents to leave. I lean into Jayden to whisper in his ear, "If they end up wherever we go next, I'm going to have to shut off the tracking on my phone." Jayden chuckles. "It's nice to see how much your parents care about you." "They care a little too much," I say. "They're not the only one who cares about you." Jayden wraps an arm around my waist and pulls me closer to him as we walk to his car. This is a night to remember. "I am officially the worst last-minute date planner ever," Jayden says as he pulls the car into his garage. I softly chuckle. "You can't say you didn't try, and it's not like I helped." Since Jayden couldn't get tickets for the light display, he thought he would drive us around to look at lights on houses, but not everyone has them set up yet. Then we tried to go to the holiday-themed glow-in-the-dark mini-golf, but it was full. Ice skating and the movie theater were also a bust. Thanksgiving weekend is busy. "Don't worry," Jayden says as we walk into the house. "Princess Butterbean is with a pet sitter right now. She won't be able to clobber you tonight." There goes the excitement for the evening, I joke as I shed my cold weather gear. "Where is everyone?" "Jordan is staying at a friend's, and my parents are also at dinner. They'll pick up the dog on their way home," Jayden replies. I head towards the kitchen with the food boxes, and Jayden follows me. "We could start a Christmas movie marathon together. That way you'll understand my mom when she talks in one-liners from movies." "Sounds like a great idea," Jayden says. "I'll take any reason to spend more time with you." If he keeps throwing out comments which warm me to the core, I'm going to self-combust soon. I put the leftovers in the refrigerator and stick my head in to cool down a bit. "I hope you don't need a reason," I say with a sly smile. I realize I'm putting away the leftovers in Jayden's refrigerator, as if I'm comfortable and belong here. "I don't." Jayden steps behind me and wraps his arms around me. His breath tickles my ear. "But if you want reasons, I can give you many." Oh, holly jolly, this is the best time of the year. If Jayden wasn't holding me tight, I'd wither into a heap. "You're smiling," I say, as Jayden's chin rests on my shoulder. I want to wrap this moment up in a pretty Christmas wrapping and cherish it forever. "How do you know I'm smiling?" Jayden asks in a sultry voice. I'm done. Done as a Christmas cookie. Slap some frosting on me and shake the sprinkles because I'm never leaving Jayden's arms. Because I can hear you smile. I twist around in Jayden's arms to face him, and yep, he's smiling. "You better get used to hearing me smile," Jayden says as he looks down at me, "because I'm going to be doing it a lot around you." I wrap my arms around Jayden's neck and flutter my eyelashes at him. "I can think of something else you can do with your lips besides smile at me." Jayden doesn't disappoint. His lips meet mine, and I don't care we didn't get to see the holiday lights display. This kiss is merrier and brighter than anything else, except one bad bulb can take out the whole string of lights, and I get stabbed with a pain of insecurity which brings me down. What if Jayden compares kissing me to kissing Bianca? "Ice cream," I whisper as I gently untangle myself from Jayden. "Did you try the gingerbread house ice cream we made?" Jayden can't wipe the grin from his face and bounds over to the freezer. I lean back against the counter and take the moment to try and freeze my brain. Where is Jack Frost when you need him? I need the thoughts of Bianca to either freeze solid or take a hike. "I was saving it to try with you," Jayden says and pulls from the freezer his container of the ice cream we made. He was saving it for me, not Bianca. We settle into stools at the kitchen island with the container between us. We both dig in with spoons for the first taste and watch each other's reaction. Jayden rubs his lips together, swallows, and then narrows his eyes as if he's thinking hard. "What do you think?" I ask. "It's not bad." Jayden smacks his lips together, "but not my favorite." "Do you have a favorite flavor?" I stick my spoon in the ice cream for a second taste. "Are we ice cream kissing?" Jayden positions his spoon over the ice cream. "Of course," I reply and eat my bite. "I think I'd rather kiss you." Jayden leans over and places a small, sweet kiss on my lips. It has a touch of gingerbread with a hint of spice, and I want a second taste. My chin dips, and I try to hide the blush in my cheeks with another spoonful of ice cream. "Do you have a favorite?" You, Jayden replies and pushes the container of ice cream away. I don't argue, because I've found my favorite flavor too.
Chapter 15. Monday rolls around and it's back to school. Jayden and I spent yesterday together, but this is our first time at school as an official couple. Caden, you go in, I tell my brother after I park in the Dream Prep Academy parking lot.
You too,
Jayden tells his brother. Is this becoming a permanent thing? Jordan asks. This carpooling?
I hope so,
Jayden replies, his eyes on me as he smiles. When do you get your license? Jordan asks my brother, because we need to find another way to school. 2 months, Caden replies. I'll get this car and take you. Linnea can ride with Jayden. Go. I point at my brother for him to get out of the car. Don't get caught making out in the car. Caden gives me a mischievous grin as he grabs his backpack. Caden, go, I say. He takes over in the embarrassment department when Mom isn't around. Caden and Jordan leave, and Jayden turns to me with a curious look. What's going on? He asks. There's no use dancing around and further complicating things with more miscommunication and misinformation. I want to make sure we're clear on what's going on here, I say, because you are quite a bit higher on the popularity chain than me. Jayden shrugs. Why should that matter? Because people are going to talk, I say. It's DPA. Things don't go unnoticed. But things also don't go anywhere. Jayden says, things stay a secret. Exactly, I say. And that's what I'm confused about. Do you want to keep me a secret? The whole summer we spent together, we never did anything with anyone else. We went out to eat, but not many people saw us or know we're dating. It's only Caden and Jordan who know. It's literally been 3 days, Jayden says, and hardly anyone from DPA is around here in the summer. I liked having you to myself then. I want you to myself again. His swoony smile's enough to make me lightheaded with giddiness, but there's still something in the way. But then there was Bianca and... I sigh. And you're worried she'll come back. Jayden lifts his eyebrows, questioning if it's what I worry about. I nod. Jayden reaches out and runs his fingers along my jawline. Don't worry, she's never going out of the friend zone again, and she's barely in that. A small, relieved laugh leaves me. That's what his phone call was about. I wasn't the one being friend-zoned, it's Bianca. Just so we're clear, I say, what zone am I in? Jayden leans toward me, and his fingers move to the back of my neck. His nose brushes against mine, while my breathing becomes shallow from his nearness. This one, Jayden says in a soft voice, which makes my heart hit my chest in rapid movements. His lips press on mine as his fingers twist in my hair. His kiss speaks volumes to me, and I return every ounce of desire. A loud knock on my window startles us both, and we pull away from each other. One of Jayden's soccer teammates points at us through the windshield and good-naturedly laughs. Jayden shakes his head at his teammate and then smiles at me. Clear enough? Very clear, I say, though I'm still breathless and weak from his kiss. To make our relationship entirely clear to those around us, Jayden holds my hand while we walk into school together. To further make sure it's entirely clear we're now a couple, Jayden walks me to my lunch table with an arm around my waist, pulls out the chair for me, and sits next to me. Marissa looks up from her book and her head swivels side to side. Did I just walk into a real-life holiday romance movie? My only response is to smile and turn to my boyfriend. You remember Marissa and Kat? Of course, Jayden replies and gives them a swoon-worthy smile. Hello, I hope you don't mind me joining you now that Linnea is my girlfriend. They say you're 30,000 times more likely to experience a bathroom injury than to win a large lottery, Kat says, and the chances of you two getting together is even less. Are you saying I'm more likely to get hurt in the bathroom than I am to date Linnea? Jayden reaches and grabs a serving spoon and the bowl of stir-fry. Gonna get you all some food? Kat holds her plate out to Jayden. I'm just saying, someone of your popularity level dating someone from our level is practically non-existent. Jayden scoops some food on her plate. Maybe I don't care about levels, and if anything, you all should be higher than me. Thank you. Kat places her plate on the table. It's hard to tell if she's thanking Jayden for the food or the compliment.
Marissa?
Jayden questions. She looks up from her book. Oh, am I supposed to comment on this? Because if this is a holiday movie come to life, you know what comes before the happy ending. Jayden points at her empty plate.
I meant, do you want me to put some stir-fry on your plate?
Marissa blushes. Oh, yeah, sorry.
I did a presentation on rom-coms in film class, Jayden says. So, yes, I know trouble and the third act breakup come before the happy ending, but I think Linnea and I already went through a year of trouble.
You have to hear what Walden did, I say, and proceed to tell Marissa and Kat the story of the big misinformation. It sounds like you should get a holiday happy ending, Marissa says after Jayden and I finish our story. Jayden squeezes my hand under the table.
We're getting it.
Hopefully there's no third act breakup, Marissa adds. Jayden. Bianca walks over, her heels clipping on the floor in irritation. I need to talk to you, privately.
I can't tell you much. I already told you more than I should have about our so-called dates,
Jayden says after he slides into the passenger seat of my car. Caden has hockey practice and Jordan has basketball practice and don't join us.
But you don't need to worry.
Okay, I say in a soft voice and look out the windshield. It's a gray day, which is typical in Minnesota. Clouds blanket the sky as thick as my insecurities. It's hard not to worry. Worry is what I did while Jayden talked to Bianca after school in her car. To ensure privacy, Bianca's driver even stood outside while Jayden and Bianca sat in the back seat and talked. Hey, Jayden uses a finger to gently turn my face his direction.
We are never, ever getting back together.
I chuckle as Jayden's fingers tickle my neck. He can talk in song lyrics like my mom. That's not a Christmas song, I say.
But it fits, Jayden says. And I'm sorry I can't tell you too many things about my time with Bianca. She was reminding me I signed an NDA. If I do happen to mention anything to you about my time with Bianca, you need to keep it to yourself.
I get it, I say. With Bianca's dad being one of the richest men in the world, he wants to protect his family and their privacy with non-disclosure agreements. It's just, I'm not Bianca, she's... I glance out the windshield at Bianca's car driving away. How does Jayden go from dating a billionaire's daughter to me? Bianca is glitz and glam, and I'm the ugly Christmas sweater. I'm not even the cool, ugly sweater people are proud to wear, but the one tossed in the giveaway bin without being worn.
I'm glad you're not her, and that's a good thing.
Jayden leans in and kisses me. It's a soft kiss and a tangible evidence of his feelings, but my insecurities still eat me. They're hungrier than a bear awakening from hibernation. I want to believe, I say, but you have a history with her.
I have a history with you too, Jayden says. You're my past, present, and future. You can't see some things, but you have to believe how much I care for you, and only you.
Seeing is believing, and it's silly, but I'm going to have to deny common sense telling me it's only been 3 days and things could go south. I'm going to have to believe Jayden and keep on trekking to the North Pole. Chapter 16. The beginning of any relationship is a time of excitement, newness, and magic. It's like Christmas. I revel in the whirl of emotions at being Jayden's girlfriend. We carpool to school, eat lunch together, volunteer at the ice cream shop, steal glances at each other, text one another, and spend every moment we can together the first 2 weeks of officially being a couple. We have a proper date to see the holiday lights. We go ice skating and eat cannoli. We attend Jordan's Christmas chorus concert, and we watch loads of Christmas movies. Thursday at the ice cream shop, Jayden works the counter scooping, and I work the register. I lean over, bite my lip, and watch the way Jayden's arm muscles flex as he scoops a triple sundae for an older couple. It's sweet the way the couple holds hands and shuffles along as Jayden prepares their sundae. While I handle ringing up the older couple's order, I feel Jayden's eyes on me. He sidles up behind me and leans in to let his lips brush my hair and ear when I'm finished.
You are the prettiest sight to see, he whispers.
His words and touch still spark me, and I don't think I'll ever tire of this feeling. You two are like 2 turtle doves twittering, Mom says as she walks in from the back. I'm setting you free to run an errand for me. I straighten up. What errand? Nostalgic Christmas here needs a real Christmas tree, Mom says with a twinkle in her eye. I need you two to go to the tree farm in Little Banks and find me a real tree. You haven't gotten a real tree since the mouse incident, I say. Mouse incident? Jayden lifts his eyebrows. Mom swishes a hand. Distant past. We already had one mouse. How lucky can we be to get a second tree with a mouse? We brought home a tree and discovered a mouse in the branches, I tell Jayden. We spent the evening chasing the thing to capture it. It was terrified. The poor creature, Mom says with a shake of her head. We had to go back to the tree farm to release it, I say. Mom didn't want it to be away from its family for Christmas. Well, Jayden pinches his lips together as if he's adding this nugget of information to what he thinks of my mom. It sounds like a memorable time, and I hope we don't get a tree with a mouse. It'll be nice to have a real tree again, Mom says with a wistful tone. Memories grow fonder with time, and she's forgotten the mouse, mess, and mayhem. One with needles which are going to shed? I ask. One with real pine scent. A whimsical grin covers Mom's face, as if she's already dreaming about decorating a real tree. One which doesn't look perfect. I ask. Real is better than perfection, Mom says. It's real. Plastic may be perfection, but it's not real. It sounds like you're talking about cosmetic surgery versus a Christmas tree, Jayden comments with a chuckle. Real isn't typical around here, but I want a real tree to go with the nostalgia. It'll fit perfect with the wreath workshop this weekend. Mom pushes us. Now go, get me a real tree. As we leave, Mom starts singing to the Christmas music playing over the sound system. The door closes and Mom's singing is shut out. What Christmas song has LOL, LOL in it? Jayden asks. I pinch a laugh in. I think you mean Noel, Noel, I say. That's the Christmas song which was playing. Jayden laughs. Okay, that makes much more sense. I was wondering why your mom was singing about laughing out loud. I drive us out of Willow Banks and to the road leading to Little Banks. The road is surrounded by a fairly large stretch of undeveloped land. Much of it is covered in a forest, and a tree farm resides on the side closest to Little Banks. During the weeks leading up to Christmas, you can cut your own tree at the little tree farm or have them cut one for you. It's dusk when I park, and the tree farm is lit with Christmas lights, and a few snowflakes lazily fall from the sky. Jayden takes my hand as we walk between two Christmas trees, flanking an arch strewn with pine boughs and sparkling lights. There's a magical quality to everything surrounding us. We've been whisked away from all the stress to find ourselves in a real-life snow globe. I'm glad we get to do this together, Jayden says. With mittens on, we hold hands and wander a path between rows of trees as our feet crunch on the snow. How do we know which tree to get? In my pocket, I have a blue ribbon to mark a tree for cutting. The one which speaks to us, Jayden says. I hope I hear it, I say. Without any direction, we zigzag our way through a maze of trees. Pine scent permeates the crisp air, and the sound of our footsteps in the crunchy snow is amplified. The tiny snowflakes fluttering in the still sky catch the light and glitter like tiny stars falling to earth. I swear we're walking in circles, Jayden says. They all start to look the same after a while. I agree. Jayden points. What about that one? I finish and point at the same time to the same tree. I hear Jayden smile before he turns to me. Perfect six-sided snowflakes dot the dark knit cap he wears. You want to rescue it? He asks. It's all alone in the middle. Everyone has passed by it, I say. It needs us. The neglected tree stands alone in a clearing, surrounded by small seedlings which aren't for sale. It's not a bad-looking tree. It's just a little ragged, with uneven branches and a curve in the trunk. It needs us, Jayden says as we approach the tree. It has a numbered tag on it, which means it's for sale. I remove the blue ribbon from my pocket, and Jayden ties it near the numbered tag to claim it as our own. We run into the barn to get out of the cold and to pay for our tree. While an employee heads out to chop the tree and bring it in, Jayden buys us cups of hot cider, and we stand near the fireplace. What do you wish for Christmas? I ask Jayden and take a sip of the hot drink while watching him over the cup. I already have everything I wished for, Jayden says with a gaze swoony enough to melt the most frigid person. His eyes slide toward the ceiling. Do you see what we're standing under? Mistletoe? I say with a happy sigh. I never need a reason to kiss Jayden, but I'll take it. Jayden wraps his free arm around me, plants his lips on mine, and then his phone rings. Sorry, he says after he looks at it. It's my mom. You better answer it, I say. I sip the last of my cider and watch the fire glow as Jayden talks to his mom. I only hear his side of the conversation. I know it's on Saturday, he says. I thought you said I didn't have to go. Jayden's lips turn down as he listens. This isn't fair. Jayden looks distraught as he listens more. I'm not sure she'll want to go. Jayden flicks his eyes to me. Fine, I'll ask. Bye. Jayden stuffs his phone in the pocket of his coat. What's going on? I have a feeling he was talking about me, but I've learned to ask. You've heard of the Christmas Gala? Jayden asks. I nod as he takes my empty cup. The Christmas Gala is a charity function put on by Bianca's family. What about it? I ask. Jayden throws our cups into a garbage bin and turns to me. My dad's been set to present a check from his foundation since this summer. I thought I didn't have to go, but I told my dad I would help present it with him. My family has 4 tickets, and my mom won't let me get out of it. Oh. Thoughts of Bianca start to infiltrate my brain again. Is Bianca going to be there? Yes. Jayden frowns. But my mom said Jordan is willing to give up his ticket for you. Would you want to go with me? Yes. The word slides out of my mouth faster than a 1-horse sleigh glides on ice. I'll go with you. Are you sure? Jayden pulls me into his arms. It's only a couple days away on Saturday, and it's black tie. It's fine, I reply. I'd love to go with you. That's great, Jayden says and looks out to where an employee waits with our tree. But I have one question. How are we supposed to get the tree back to the store? I don't know why we didn't think of how to transport the tree earlier, but the tree farm employees are prepared for people who only think of silver bells and Christmas time in the city instead of how to get a tree back to the city. They wrap the tree, hoist it on top of my car, tie it down, and I reward them with a generous tip. I'm sure it's tied down well, I say as I drive back to Willow Banks. The road is covered in a light dusting of snow and cold air nips at my cheeks. I have visions of it flying off the car, Jayden says. He reaches a hand out the open window to clasp the tree on the roof. I think holding it with one hand won't help much, I say. It's better than nothing, Jayden says. Stuff falls off cars and trailers. I've seen it happen. Not with a tree, but with a boat. A boat? I glance at Jayden quick. Tendons stand out on his neck and his shoulders are tight. We lived on a non-motorized lake before we moved to Haven Heights. My dad didn't trust the movers to move his catamaran and pulled the trailer himself. He set a paddle boat on top of the catamaran. Since he wasn't driving very far or fast to the new house, he didn't tie it down. Oh no, I exclaim, picturing the incident in my head. What happened? I was in the truck, and my dad tells me to watch the boat while he drives, Jayden replies, and I watched the paddle boat fly right off the catamaran, hit the road in the other lane of traffic, and then bounce into a ditch. That must have been scary to watch, I say. We were lucky it didn't hit another car, Jayden says. Now I make sure everything is tied down more than it needs to be. I hate seeing vehicles with a trailer full of stuff. You were lucky no one got hurt, I say. And what about the boat? Completely fine, Jayden says. It only had scuff marks where the plastic hit the road. Well, I'm pretty sure the tree is tied down well, I say. But if you're more comfortable holding on to it in the freezing air, I understand. And I understand if you want to back out of the Christmas Gala, Jayden says. He tentatively pulls his arm back in the car and puts the window up. He leans forward to watch the tip of the Christmas tree overhanging the windshield. He's as insecure about the Christmas tree staying put as I am about him staying put with me. I'm not backing out, I say as thoughts of Jayden going with Bianca the previous year permeate my brain like mulling spices infiltrate your nostrils. It'll be a date. Chapter 17. Oh my! Mom fans her face with both hands and blinks rapidly. I'm going to cry. That's not saying much since you cry at pretty much every sappy movie, I say as I step fully out of her closet. Spin. Mom twirls a finger. Let me see it all. I obey and slowly turn in the black cocktail party dress. It shimmers with sequins, the neckline angles down and brushes my cleavage, and the sleeveless dress is also backless and rests a few inches above my knees. It's not at all practical for the cold weather, but I love it as it hugs my curves in all the right places. You look exquisite, Mom gushes. She enjoyed playing emergency holiday fairy godmother and helped me pick out the dress at a boutique in Willow Banks. She also skipped the wreath-making workshop to take me to the salon to get my hair and makeup done. I have to get a photo. After some photos and more gushing from Mom, I traverse the stairs successfully in heels. Nope. Dad tries to hide a smile. That is not my baby girl. You need to go back up the stairs and bring her down. Isn't she gorgeous? Mom stands next to Dad and clings to his arm as they both admire me. It's a little embarrassing and flattering. Other than family functions and weddings, this is my first time attending something in a fancy dress. I haven't attended any of the dances at Dream Prep Academy, though it seems I may have a date to the senior prom. Gorgeous, Dad says and turns to Mom with a loving look. I know where she gets her good looks from, and it wasn't me. Mom hands me a black clutch. Now if you need anything, text us, okay? Okay, I say as I tuck my phone into the clutch. The party is until 10, so we should be back before 11. If you need any witty banter or jokes to lighten the mood, feel free to text me for suggestions, Dad says. And I'll give you one for free. What is Santa's favorite donut? What? I look up at Dad. He has a goofy grin on his face. A jolly-filled donut. I snort. That's very cheesy. No. Dad keeps grinning. It's very jolly, and I'm full of it. You sure are, I say as the doorbell rings. That must be Jayden. What do elves post on social media? Dad asks as Mom joins him in trailing me to the door. What? I ask as I reach for the door handle. Elfies. Dad laughs at his own joke. I open the door and Jayden stumbles back a step. Wow. His jaw drops. You look amazing. Linnea's going to wear a coat the entire night. Dad holds my coat open. She's not allowed to take it off. Dad, I scold. The cold air coming in the door does nip at my bare skin, and I let Dad help me slip my fancy black dress coat on. I'm joining the holiday romance characters and going hatless tonight. After sitting at the salon all afternoon, I'm not letting a hat wreck my styled hair. It's pulled halfway up and cascades down my back in loose curls. Jayden holds an arm out to me. I'll take good care of her, Mr. Carlson. I wrap my arm around Jayden's and let him lead me to his car after we say goodbye to my parents. Women's restrooms are a world of their own. To me, they're an alternate universe. I find myself in one at the Christmas gala. First, there's the difficulty of managing a dress and the toilet while in heels, but then there's the swirl of noises surrounding you. By noises, I mean gossip. I'm shrouded in the anonymity of a stall when I hear Bianca enter. I need to figure out a way to get him back. Bianca's voice sounds. I see her designer heels step into the stall next to me. I draw my feet in close and out of her sight while I try to keep my breath steady. Get him back? Is she talking about Jayden? I remain still and wait for whatever comes next. What are you going to do? A girl's voice asks. I'm not sure yet. Bianca answers. What am I going to do? I grit my teeth, stand, and shimmy my dress into place. Does she know I'm in here? Does she want me to overhear this? I need a foolproof plan, Bianca says, and the toilet in the next stall flushes. Bianca's heels clip on the floor as I debate what to do. Remain hidden or walk out and surprise Bianca? What trajectory will my story take with each possibility? I feel like I'm in one of those choose-your-own-adventure stories, and 80% of the time the ending you choose is horrible. You die, get stuck somewhere, or have bad luck. Always take the choice you think is the worst, and it turns out to be the best. I'm going to try and see what happens. I flush, straighten my dress once more, and walk out. Bianca is at the sink washing her hands and sees me in the mirror. There's absolutely no reaction on her face to show she didn't know I was in here. Bianca shakes her hands over the sink and turns to me. "Nice dress," she says as she grabs a paper towel. "Thanks," I say as I start to wash my hands. Bianca leans into the mirror to touch up her lipstick. "You're here with Jayden's family?" "Yes," I say as I lather the soap roughly in my hands. "Nice," she says, and then puckers her lips into the mirror. "I'll have to make sure to stop and say hello to them." Bianca caps her lipstick and puts it in her clutch. "See you later." Bianca leaves with the other girl, and I stand in front of the mirror staring at myself. What just happened? I can't make the same mistake I made with overhearing Jayden's phone conversation. But who else would Bianca be trying to get back? There was a rumor Jayden broke up with Bianca because she cheated on him and dated another guy. Bianca could want to get that guy back. Or it could be someone entirely different. I'm not one to speak on people hearing things correctly, because Jayden and I both messed up in what we heard others say. Bianca's comment shouldn't get to me, but it stirs up the insecurity in me. Like thick chocolate sitting in a mug of warm milk, the spoon is working overtime to mix it all up, and I have a hard time beating it back down. I'm out of sorts, like a misfit toy, when I make my way back to Jayden. I don't want to be the Christmas gift he returns. "Everything okay?" Jayden's brows furrow at my defeated look, and he wraps an arm around my waist in a protective gesture. "I overheard Bianca say something in the restroom," I whisper into Jayden's ear. I'm choosing the path where I don't keep this to myself. Jayden looks around the room, spots Bianca not far away, and takes my hand in his. "Come on, let's go somewhere." I let Jayden lead me out of the ballroom, down one hallway and then another, and we stop. The hall is dim and quiet. If there were a fireplace in here, it would be a great place to conspire about our dreams. But instead we're here because I'm afraid. I lean against a wall and focus on Jayden as insecurities start to swell once again. I wish there was a way to turn them off like Christmas lights at the end of the season. "What did you hear?" Jayden stands in front of me, his eyes fiercely on mine. I look down at our shoes. "I heard her say she's going to figure out a way to get him back." I dare to look up at Jayden, and his eyes are round with concern. "And she's going to come up with a plan." "And you believe her?" Jayden asks. "What am I supposed to believe?" I ask. "Believe this," Jayden says in a low voice, which is enough to make me breathless, and then he wraps his arms around me. Jayden's warm hands touch the cool skin of my back, and his lips meet mine in a jingle bell rock for the ages. This kiss can rock the night away, and it's all I should be focused on, but my brain is mixing and mingling thoughts together. Jayden's hands roam over my back, and while his touch ignites a fire in me, my brain is quick to douse it with jabbing thoughts of Bianca. Jayden was with her for a year, and it's hard not to think about how I compare, or my lack of comparison. I press my palms gently into Jayden's solid chest, and our lips draw apart. I might kick myself for this later. "Jayden?" I pinch my lips together. "I'm not Bianca." "I know," Jayden says. "You're my Linny." His Linny. Jayden's palms rest on my lower back, and the warmth of his hands spread over me. This is more than I ever dreamed of, but it might not be what Jayden's dreaming of. My fingertip taps lightly on his chest. It's just... I take a breath to steel my nerves. This is eventually going to have to be discussed. It's hard not to compare myself to her. I don't know what you expect, and it might be more than I'm willing to give right now. "Hey now." Jayden leans in to place a feathery kiss on my forehead. "Being with you is a gift. I don't want you thinking I expect anything more because I don't." If you have any doubts or if this isn't going to work for you to wait, I don't want us to drag this on. My insecurity drives me to give him an out, even if it could break my heart again. I'd rather it be broken now than later. "No." Jayden takes a step back and shakes his head. "We're not doing this." There's an emptiness in my bones as everything in me drains out at Jayden's words, but then he takes my hands in his and our fingers weave together. The spark returns, and as his hands squeeze mine, I nearly believe what I can't see. We're not doing some third act breakup because of the past or certain expectations or any more mix-ups from what people say," Jayden says with a finality in his voice. "It's going to take a lot more to tear me away from you."
"It'll take me," a voice says. Jayden and I turn our heads to find the one person who could tear him from me. Chapter 18. "I need to tear you away," Bianca says. "What?" Jayden and I both ask. "Just temporarily. You're supposed to present with your dad. He's been trying to text and call you," Bianca says to Jayden. Jayden yanks his phone out of his pocket and hurriedly swipes on it. He grimaces. "Whoops." He looks up at me and grins. "I guess I was a little carried away with something else." "I told your dad I saw which way you went and I'd get you," Bianca continues and waves a hand in a circle at us. "Sorry to interrupt this."
"I gotta go."
Jayden pockets his phone and squeezes my hand with his other one.
"I'll be back after."
Jayden rushes off after his famous parting words, and I'm left with Bianca, his ex-girlfriend. Pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. How will this play out? Hopefully not with one of us beating the other with a drumstick. Bianca has better timing than me. "I guess I should head back too," I say, and Bianca falls in step with me. "Are you two dating?" Bianca asks. "I've seen you together at school." "Yes," I say with an internal reminder to keep my shoulders back and my head up. I try to not act intimidated by Bianca, but all I want to do is tremble like a leaf in the wind. He's a great guy. Bianca looks forward as I shift my eyes her way. "He is," I say. The thought of Jayden, the thought of how he makes me feel, helps me channel every ounce of bravery I have. "I heard you in the restroom say you were going to get him back." Bianca chuckles, and while I expect it to be one like an evil villain, it's relaxed and lighthearted. I can see how my reputation would make you think I'm trying to get Jayden back. "Are you?" I ask. This is weird. She's going to think I'm weird. I feel weird. And later I may question why I'm questioning Bianca. Bianca smiles. It's a slow, tight-lipped smile. "You need to hurry to make the presentation. You don't want to miss Jayden." Bianca looks at the ballroom with a longing look. "And meet me at my car Monday afternoon, 15 minutes after school gets out. We'll have a confidential talk." Jayden and I leave after the presentation and head back to his house. Jayden checks on Jordan and then meets me in the large kitchen. I ditch my heels and stand on the floor with bare feet while Jayden has socks on. He shed his tuxedo coat and bow tie while he was upstairs. The top buttons of his shirt are undone, and visions of his hands on my back dance in my head. "Ice cream?" Jayden asks. "I rarely say no to ice cream," I reply as Jayden pulls open the freezer drawer and my eyes widen at the sight. "Whoa, how did I not see this before? Your family must like Scoop-It Good ice cream a lot." There are at least 10 different flavors in pint containers. "I do have connections," Jayden says. "Oh, I see." I smirk. "You're just with me for the ice cream." "It's a benefit," Jayden says and then grins. "But if it comes down to choosing you or ice cream..." Jayden wraps his arms around my waist and kicks the freezer door shut with his foot. "No contest." "Well." I return the smile and wrap my arms around Jayden's neck. I use my body to push Jayden back against the counter. "You're my favorite flavor." "I'm your favorite flavor?" Jayden's grin turns sultry, and there's no sparks any longer. It's a full-fledged burning furnace. Santa would not want to come down my chimney. "You are." I tilt my chin up to Jayden. Our lips meet, and it's as if the chorus breaks into song. I love ice cream, but with the way Jayden kisses me, all thoughts of ice cream are extinct. "Enough of that," Jordan's voice says. It sounds like he smacks a hand on the counter. Jayden and I pull apart and turn to his younger brother. "There's a big problem we have to solve right now." "Jordan." Jayden huffs his brother's name and straightens his shirt. "This had better be good." "I hate to break it to you, but there's a mouse loose in the house," Jordan says. "A mouse?" I ask. "Did you get a live tree?" Jayden lifts his eyebrows. "Did you find more evidence of a mouse in your room?" "You mean the black rice Mom put down?" Jordan crosses his arms over his chest. "You know about that?" Jayden asks. "Yes." Jordan scowls. "And I got a mouse to prank Mom back?
I wanted her to think I actually have mice in my room. It was in a cage, and now it's not there.
Please tell me this is a joke.
Jayden stares hard at his younger brother. Yes, Jordan replies, and Jayden's face smooths to relief. It's a joke on Mom, but there is a real mouse. Jayden's face turns hard again.
Jordan, she's going to ground you for life now.
And Mom and Dad are on their way back, Jordan adds. They texted me.
Jordan, Jayden exclaims again. You'd better hope Mom doesn't find that mouse anywhere else but in your room.
Did it get out in your room? I asked Jordan. Jordan nods. Yeah, that's where the cage is. Okay. I grab Jayden's hand. We'll start looking in his room for the mouse, but first, where's Princess? Loud barks carry to us from upstairs. I left her in my room, Jordan says.
She probably found the mouse,
Jayden says. We all hurry for the stairs, and Jordan leads us to his room. Shut the door, he says once we're all in, and I quickly do. Princess Butterbean has her rear in the air and her head under the bed. She barks loud at something. The poor thing, I say.
The mouse has to be freaked out,
Jayden says. No, I shake my head and laugh. Poor Princess is wearing an ugly Christmas sweater. She's covered in reindeer. Our mom is nuts. She doesn't decorate much for Christmas, but she dresses the dog, Jordan says. Princess keeps barking and doesn't seem to be bothered by the sweater.
Mom's going to go nuts when she finds out you have a real mouse in your room. I'll get Princess,
Jayden says to Jordan.
And you look under the bed.
Jayden holds Princess tight and pulls her back while Jordan drops to his belly to peer under the queen-size bed. I see it, Jordan yells and reaches an arm under the bed. Wait, no, it's running to the other side. In the twinkle of an eye, I run to the other side of the bed and drop to my belly, quite forgetting I'm in a dress. A startled mouse sees my face and tries to push itself up against a shoebox. An empty bowl lies to my right under the bed, and I grab it. In a swift motion, I place the bowl over the scared mouse. I got it! I got it! I yell and keep my hand over the bowl.
Let me get Princess out of here,
Jayden says as Jordan clambers down next to me. Jordan and I manage to get the mouse back in its cage by the time Jayden returns. I hold the cage and peer in at the little white mouse. It's kind of cute, I say. Its nose twitches and it huddles in a corner. But it's white. Yeah, Jordan says in a, duh, I can see that kind of way. Most wild mice that get in houses aren't white, I say. Unless you were going to tell your mom a pet mouse is loose in your room. Jayden smacks the back of his hand lightly against his brother's forearm.
That wasn't a very bright idea.
Boys, Mrs. Thomas calls. What are we going to do? Jordan's eyes widen. She can't find this in my room. Jayden takes the cage from my hand.
You should have thought of that before you bought a mouse,
he hisses at his brother. What are you? Mrs. Thomas enters the room, puts a hand up to her mouth, and points with the other one. What is that? Oh, I take the cage back from Jayden. Jordan wanted to see my pet mouse, and I brought it over. You have a mouse? Mrs. Thomas asks. Yes, I reply, and hold up the cage. This is, ice cream. Jayden snorts as he tries to cover a laugh at the name I give the mouse. Mrs. Thomas's body shudders. I'm glad it's not the one loose in the room. Jordan would be spending a very boring Christmas break being grounded and cleaning every inch of the house. Jayden gives his brother a quick, I told you so look. I should get ice cream home, I say.
I'll take you,
Jayden says. Me too, Jordan pipes up. Jayden can take Linnea home on his own, Mrs. Thomas tells her younger son. You are staying. Jordan shoots me a grateful look before Jayden and I leave.
He owes you big time,
Jayden says as we get in his car for a short drive. It's not practical to walk the distance in my heels.
For the gala and the mouse.
What are we going to do with this? I hold up the cage with the tidy rodent. Its whiskers twitch as it still cowers in the corner.
I have no idea, Jayden says. I'll have to see where Jordan got it, and maybe we can return it tomorrow or Monday. Do you think you can keep it at your house?
Yes, Mom exclaims when we present her with the mouse dilemma. Can I keep it? Are you serious? Dad asks, a skeptical look on his face. Ever since the mouse in the tree, I've wanted one. Mom replies and reaches a hand into the cage. Careful, I say, but it's not warranted. The mouse takes to Mom like Santa does to cookies and milk left out on Christmas Eve. For Christmas, you can get me a habitat for... Mom gently lifts the mouse close to her face to peer at it. Ice cream? I fill in with a dropped jaw as the mouse nuzzles its nose against Mom's. Ice cream, Mom repeats. That's the perfect name. As long as it doesn't stay in our room, Dad says. I'll keep ice cream in my office, Mom says. The tiny mouse curls up in the palm of her hand. Or he might like the Christmas village. That's one problem solved, Jayden says and turns to me. I should head home and see what other messes Jordan has created. I walk Jayden out and we stand on the front porch to say goodnight. You're freezing, Jayden says as he takes me in his arms. Totally worth it, I reply. If you really hold me tight, I'll be warm all the way home. Jayden gives me his audible grin. I love it when you talk Christmas songs to me. You bring it out in me. I stand on my tiptoes to kiss Jayden and let the warmth of his lips fill me with the hope of the season. Jordan told me he likes you better than Bianca, Jayden says. The comment shoots me with a confidence arrow, and my insides strengthen with the power of an army, but the mention of Bianca is a stabbing reminder. Bianca wants me to meet her at her car Monday after school, I tell Jayden. I scuff the toe of my heel on the floor of the porch. Is it about what you heard her say? Jayden's hands ball into fists. I shrug. I have no idea. Should I be worried? I don't think you have anything to worry about, Jayden says, but maybe I do. Chapter 19. Jayden gives me a quick kiss, leaves me at Bianca's vehicle, and heads to wait for me at his car after school on Monday. As I'm wondering whether to knock on the door, a driver gets out and walks around to me. Dressed in a black pantsuit and dark sunglasses, the trim and muscular woman looks more high-level bodyguard than a driver. She opens the door and I slide in the car. Bianca sits in the seat next to me. This is kind of weird, I say. The ex-girlfriend and new girlfriend talking. Bianca smooths down her school uniform skirt. I don't know if I've ever seen her in the pants or shorts. No, I reply. Talking in the back of a car. It's the only place I know I have privacy, Bianca says. You don't want to be seen with me? I ask. I don't want anyone to overhear us, Bianca says without directly answering my question. Are you sure your car is not bugged? I look around at the super clean interior. The vehicle must be detailed every day. It could be, Bianca says, but I'm not telling you any national level secrets. I let my stiff body relax and lean back into the seat. Why am I here? Bianca holds out a tablet. You need to sign an NDA first. All of our conversation remains here. I slide my finger across the screen without reading the document. I'm sure it's a standard non-disclosure agreement like the school has us sign, but it does pique my interest as to what Bianca and I will talk about. I jump right into it once my finger leaves the tablet. If you're not trying to get Jayden back, then who is it? I ask. Case Palmer, Bianca says with a seething tone of her voice. Case? I question. He's the classmate who videos himself doing stupid stunts. He's known for pranks and silly things. A couple of weeks ago, he rode his motorcycle to school wearing an inflatable unicorn costume. He also got stuck in a tree on school grounds trying to rescue a cat. He pulled a prank on me, which I did not appreciate, Bianca says, and I plan to get him back, but I'm not sure what to do. Oh. With Bianca's restroom conversation having more context, my insecurities relax like the glitter in a snow globe settling to the bottom when it's still. That makes sense. I know everyone expects me to try and go after Jayden, since he's now dating you, and I'm aware of my reputation, but I won't be going after Jayden. If you two have any trouble, it won't be because of me, Bianca says. I've got enough other worries. I wring my hands in my lap. This is going a little deeper than I thought, and it stuns me to learn Bianca may have as much insecurity as I do. Is there anything you want to talk about? I ask. I can be a good listener. A short laugh leaves Bianca. I can't talk to anybody without them signing an NDA. How screwed up is that? Even if I didn't sign it, I wouldn't tell anything you don't want me to, I say. Bianca arches her eyebrows. Even to Jayden? I shrug. If you really didn't want me to, I wouldn't. And do you know who my dad is? Bianca asks. Everyone at school does, I reply. Bianca's face darkens. That makes it hard to trust anyone. I either get people flocking all over me, or I develop a reputation to keep them away. Unless you're on the inside, it's hard to tell from the outside what's going on. If you hadn't noticed, I don't flock to anyone, and hardly anyone flocks to me, so I think you're safe with me, I say. And Jayden found you, Bianca says. We live near each other, I say with a shrug. Can I ask you something? Sure, Bianca says. You can ask. I can't guarantee I'll answer. When you asked Jayden out, did you hear anything about him dating another girl? I ask. No, Bianca answers, and I don't detect anything in her tone or mannerisms to indicate she's lying. I know there's rumors I go after guys with girlfriends, but DPA is full of rumors, and well, I don't fight the rumors. Oh, I reply. It's just, I overheard you say you took Jayden away from another girl when you started dating him. Bianca bites her lip. I don't remember saying that, but I know there were rumors. Okay, I say, and put my hand on the door handle to exit. Oh, Bianca makes a knowing sound. Were you seeing Jayden before? It really doesn't matter anymore, I reply. Is there anything else? Just keep my secret, Bianca says. Only a few people know I'm trying to get Case back, and I don't want him finding out. You don't know what you're going to do yet? I ask. No. Bianca flicks some hair over her shoulder. I'll figure out something before the end of the school year. It has to be something big. Good luck, I say. And I know it might be weird since I'm dating Jayden now, but if you ever need someone to talk to, I don't mind listening. Bianca only nods as I open the door. What did you two talk about? Jayden asks when I return to his car. His face is a mask of worry. Just like I worried when he was in the car with Bianca, he must have worried the entire time. I signed an NDA, I say, but it's nothing we need to worry about. I don't need to worry about you two forming a Jayden's girlfriend club. I turn and lift my eyebrows at Jayden. I kinda hope I'm the last member. The corners of Jayden's mouth lift into a smile. Me too. I clasp my seatbelt and smile. No more worries, I say. It's time to make your Christmas dreams come true, Jayden says. They already have, I reply. Chapter 20. Friday is our last day of school before winter break, and it's also the day of our senior brunch. The Dream Prep Academy lunchroom is decorated like a winter wonderland. I can see my mom had a hand in helping with the decorations. The round tables are draped in white tablecloths and decorated with floral centerpieces full of white roses, accented with school colors of royal blue, gray, and gold. Soft fairy lights twinkle on the buffet table set out with waffles, fixings for the waffles, and sides. Can I sit with you too? A voice asks. Jayden and I look up from our plates to find Bianca standing on the other side of the table from us. Her dark hair is smoothed back with a plaid headband, and her face is flawless with makeup, yet an edge of tension runs under it. Go ahead, I say as Jayden proceeds to choke on a piece of bacon. He coughs and clears his throat. Is this a case of keep your friends close or your enemies closer? Bianca sets her plate on the table and takes a chair. I'm not sitting directly next to you, so take it for what you want. What are you doing for break? I ask Bianca. Her head is subtly turned Case's direction. He's at a table with his girlfriend Lizzie and her friends. He gives out donuts from a box, and Bianca seems to be contemplating how to get him back. Traveling to our place in Aspen for Christmas, and then to see the Maldives for New Year's, Bianca replies after returning her attention to me. And you two? Jayden wrinkles his nose at this seemingly harmless conversation we have with his ex-girlfriend. We're both staying in Willowbanks this year, I reply. Jayden and I have been enjoying a nostalgic holiday season, and I expect we'll simply have a wonderful Christmas time. Everything is right with Jayden as my boyfriend, but now I sit across from the ex-girlfriend. Everyone around us notices and throws subtle and not so subtle glances our way. This is going to stoke the rumor mill. I have to ask, Jayden says to Bianca. We now know to ask questions. Is there an ulterior motive to you sitting here? It seems kind of weird. I know, Bianca replies. Is my mom glaring at me? If she could shoot lasers out her eyes, I'm sure she would be, Jayden replies as we glance at Bianca's mom behind her at the buffet table. She does want me to get you back, Bianca says and pokes at a peanut butter covered waffle with a fork. But don't worry, I know we weren't good for each other, and I'm sorry for how things ended. I'm mostly doing this to please her and annoy her. I lean over my plate and whisper to Bianca, You want to be friends with me to annoy your mom? Bianca also leans forward. Yes and no. My mom might think I'm friends with you to get Jayden back, and... Bianca glances at Jayden. You might not like me talking to Linnea, and I get it, but I'm kind of done with all these fake people. I need one real person in my life. You can't get more real than Linnea, Jayden says. I need someone who won't do a song and dance with me, Bianca says with a flick of her eyes at her usual group. I have no idea how to follow a crowd, I say, but I'm really good at hiding in the middle. Now, don't think this means we're going to be best friends, Bianca says, and remember you signed an NDA, but this could be the start of something weird, I fill in. The tiniest of a laugh leaves Bianca, and she picks up a glass of sparkling punch. Here's to trusting bad ideas. We all clink glasses, at a subtle truce to this strange arrangement between us. I'm not sure if this is a Christmas miracle, or if I've entered into some deal I'll come to regret. Are you sure we can trust her? Jayden asks me when we head outside after the brunch. I should be asking you, I say. You know her better than me. She could use a real friend, Jayden says as he takes my hand in his, and there's no one better than you. Is it weird to be friends with your ex-girlfriend? I don't want to be stuck in the middle of Jayden and Bianca, but I do have the choice in which direction to go. I'll let Bianca lead for now and be a friend to her, but I plan to question anything which sparks my insecurity or worry. It is, Jayden replies, but it's not like it's the first time someone's done it. I mean, step-parents and parents get along when there's a divorce. She says she isn't trying to get you back, I say as the bell rings to head to class. And she hasn't given me a reason to not trust her. You believe me when I say it's only you? Jayden asks as he slows to a stop near the building I have a class in. Of course, I say. Strangely enough, Bianca sitting with us at brunch quieted my insecurities. Just because I can't see it doesn't mean I can't believe it. Okay, Jayden says, and I hear his smile. I'll be back. I know you will, I say. Jayden keeps coming back. After going to Christmas Eve service and spending time with my family, I get a text late at night from Jayden. Jayden, are you awake? Me, yes. Jayden, can you meet me outside in 5 minutes? I sit up in bed and listen. It's quiet in the house, and ice cream is probably the only thing stirring. It's 11 at night, and as far as I know, the rest of my family is in bed. Walden could have snuck out, but I doubt he did. Me, sure. Jayden, dress warm. Me, see you soon. I tiptoe down the stairs and put my down coat on over my fleeced Christmas pajamas. Walden and Caden will never admit to the fact Mom always gets us matching pajamas every Christmas and expects us to take a photo in them on Christmas morning by the family tree. They will deny it, but Mom has all the photos as proof. This year she gifted us all pink pajamas, and I have a feeling it's going to be my favorite photo. I sneak past the Christmas Village display, where Mom has also set up a habitat for ice cream. The mouse pokes his head out of a ceramic Christmas house. Mom had too much fun decorating his cage. Ice cream is the most spoiled mouse ever, and I'm sure his habitat will change with the seasons. Shh. I place a finger over my lips as I make my way by the mouse. I'll be back. I tug on a hat, mittens, and boots before I unlock the door and head out to the front porch. Jayden stands at the bottom, and I walk down the steps to meet him. I hear his smile the entire way. I have a gift for you, Jayden says as he leads me down the driveway. Oh, my breath freezes in the air. I can go back and get your gift. I was going to give it to you tomorrow. All I want for Christmas is you, Jayden says, and his breath also freezes in the air. And I have that. Our breath may freeze in the air, and I wish our words would, to be documented for eternity. But I know they'll stay in my heart. Did you sneak down to enjoy the quiet at Christmas yet? Jayden asks. I shake my head. Not yet. I was thinking about it when you texted. Good, Jayden says, his gloved hand firmly around my mitten. I have something I want to show you. Where? I ask as we step onto the road. Back at my house, Jayden replies. Jayden leads me around the outside of his house and to the backyard, where a sight takes my breath away. Did you do all of this yourself? I finally ask. Pink and white lights are strewn through the bushes and twisted up the pillars of the porch. A Christmas tree stands in front of the porch swing and blinks with the same lights. Round solar globes dot the ground and slowly fade from one shade of pink to another. I had some help, Jayden says as he leads me to the porch swing. My mom? We may joke about her going all in on Christmas, but it's worth it. Does she know I'm here? She does, Jayden replies. You don't have to worry about getting in trouble for sneaking out. I wanted to give you the Christmas peace and quiet you dream of. You can still enjoy it alone at home, but I wanted to give it to you another way. This is perfect. I'm in awe of how thoughtful Jayden is. Then I catch sight of what is spread out on the porch swing. Okay, Jayden chuckles. I know it's completely cheesy, but I had to get it. I laugh, pick up the large photo blanket, and hold it in front of me. It's so cheesy, but I love it. The blanket is as tall as me and is fully taken up with a full body photo of Jayden. I swing it around my shoulders and wrap up in it. Jayden settles into the porch swing and pulls me in next to him. This way, when I'm not with you, I can still be wrapped around you. So cheesy, I say in a soft voice as I let my head rest on Jayden's chest. And the absolute best gift. I shall cherish it always. It's a silent night, and we sit in the silence as lights twinkle and blink around us. The blanket is warm around me, and Jayden's arm wraps snugly around me. I could sit here all night. I draw in a breath and let the cold air fill my warm lungs. My whole body tingles. It's as if every cell in my body is bursting with joy. Thank you, I say, for everything. The past 2 months of Jayden being back in my life sparked newness in me, and this past month of dating him lit a never-ending fire in me. Good or bad, I know I can get through things with joy, but having Jayden by my side makes me happy, immeasurably happy. A cheesy, fluffy, feel-good happy, which I want to shout to the world. I have one more thing to show you, Jayden says. He gets up from the swing and offers me his hand. I take it, and Jayden leads me to the yard. We lie down on our backs on a double chase lounge. I throw the photo blanket over us both. Ready? Jayden asks. I nod, ready for whatever is next. Jayden pushes something on his phone, and we're plunged into darkness as all the Christmas lights go out. But it's not complete darkness. It's a clear night, and above us the sky is alight with a heavenly display. Stars twinkle brighter and more beautiful than any man-made Christmas display. Wow. The exclamation leaves me in a soft breath. It's beautiful. Yes, Jayden says, and I turn my head to find him facing me. Best Christmas ever, I say softly as Jayden's now gloveless fingers brush along my hairline. His touch on my skin keeps everything in my body firing. I love you, Jayden says. Everything in me shifts and my very core is moved. Those 3 words create a wave of emotion in me. There is no greater or bigger gift than love, and it's a gift I've been waiting to give Jayden. I love you too, I say. Thank you for listening to the audiobook version of The Dream Christmas by Chrissy Q Martin. This is the author. You can find this book and many of my other books at my direct store, swimmergirlbooks.com. You can also find out about all my other books at my author website, ChrissyQMartin.com. Find this book and many of my other books at online retailers, at your local library, on library apps, and of course at my direct store, swimmergirlbooks.com. Be sure to subscribe to this site so you can be notified if I happen to do any other audiobooks or put up any other book teasers. You can follow me at many of my social media sites. You can find that at my website, ChrissyQMartin.com. Thank you for listening. If you made it to the end of this, I appreciate it because, well, I'm not a huge fan of listening to my own voice, but I enjoyed reading this for you. Merry Christmas.